snap. You ever have those things? The employees, man, I tell you, the employees never worry about the electric bill. Never. This fan's been running all weekend. All weekend. How's everybody doing? Dave here with Affordable Door and Gate. I hope you guys are doing great. We're doing a free-for-all. I'm feeling better. Sickness is going away. So I'm here for you guys. So if you got anything, go for it. Bring it on up. I tell you what, though, it's just one of those things. Sometimes it makes you wonder why we got to have, like, things automatic sometimes in the world, right? Like the exhaust fan that's been running all weekend. That literally, it's about 2 months ago. I think our, what do you call it? One of our gymnasiums, right? That was for the kids and stuff. The ceiling fan, whatever, the exhaust fan, right? Caught on fire. Burned the building down, you know. Things, and more things. What's up, Mr. Tony? I see you're jumped in there. Audio's good. Love it. You got up to 50 yet? I really thought you had to have more for the whole the live streamo. I got my pouch. I'm gonna deck this thing out. I still haven't figured out how I'm gonna deck it out yet, but I've still got cha-ching. Thanks, Tony. So don't mind me waiting for some people to kind of flow in here. I'm just getting some stuff kind of going. I gotta find a tripod for you guys to sit on, all that jazz. Checks, you know, all the good stuff. Ooh, I don't know how this got here. Maybe somebody wants something. The Makita brand. Anybody use Makita? 36, that's right. Don't let me forget, Tony. We'll do a shout out. Get a few people in here, like I said. If not, in the beginning, go to Tony's page. Check him out. He's at 36. He needs to do some lives. Uncle Dave. I was going to do the camera different tonight, but I don't think I have the option to now. It's kind of weird. I was going to do it the horizontal. Didn't give me the option, so I apologize if somebody likes it the other way. Rusty, what's up? I see Rusty's in the house. Throwing you on a tripod here, sorry. All the bounciness, wasn't prepared. As always. Rusty's got audio's good. Good, you Rusty, you back in the States, you all working? You ready to go? I don't think I'll need this for right now. This is a handy little, I think the wife bought this at a grocery store. This, is it Nebo? That little booger comes in really handy. Got these green, you know, red if you want like your, sorry, blast you there. But I love the clip. I like it's adjustable. So snap around the old hat. Away you go. So I hope everybody's doing good. Hope business is going fantastic. I think things are slowing down a little bit in the neck of the woods over here. Still got enough to eat, but things are slowing down just a fuzz. Like I said, we're getting close. Ramp up here. Of course, everything is getting we're getting some rain right now, finally, which we need. It's hard to believe that last October. Oh, and by the way, if you guys are cruising through whatever, I see we got maybe 14. Could be robots. Let me know you're not a robot. Hit the like button. We're at 2 right now. So can we get the like button to go up? We get the like button to go up. It just fills my heart. But last October, it's hard to believe, we had a hell of a snowstorm here in Michigan. We had a lot of snow. I remember, I think, the kiddos, they're getting to be that age where it's like, you kind of want to go trick-or-treating with them, right? Because it's like they're getting to that age where a couple of them don't have that much longer. And I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Halloween. I know there's a bunch of gothic stuff and all that kind of stuff. I really miss, I guess you live through your kids a little bit with the childhood memories, when they used to go with what was it? Our pillow sheets, right? What am I trying to say? Your pillow blanket or whatever you call it, right? Hey, we got 5, so thanks for the 5 likes. I appreciate you guys and girls. Dragging it, getting all wet, going and get the candy. That's a lot of fun. You know, I mean, that's a lot of fun. So hopefully this year the weather is not too snarly. But last year the snow hit. It was really safe to drive on the roads. It was like, you know what, we're out. We're crashing home. I think we ended up doing like a pizza or something like that. It worked out pretty good because I was listening to the police scanner and there was accidents after accidents. And of course, you know how it is on a Halloween. There's a lot of goofy stuff going on. People are driving all crazy. So, what's up? What's up? What's up? Oh, we got Kevin here. Kevin's always a pleasure. Let's see here. Yep, Makita, my go-to. Nice. Do you, Kevin? Do you got the Makita? You know, I don't know if I just bought the wrong kit when I did it, or if they just come that way. But I think it shows it right here. Where is it? There's two of them, so probably there's two different models, right? But for some reason, we got the one with the Hemi, man. I tell you what, one's got the 2 battery packs. Man, that thing's a beast. It's like it's to me it's almost unbearable. It's too much. So that's what I know about that. Just gathering up some stuff here. What's the guy? Kevin says, yeah, to go to, what is this? ODST? What's up? What's up? Glad you're here. Thank you for hitting the like button. Has anyone used Next Insurance app? Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question. Maybe. It says, any good residential door insurance company recommendations? Ooh, I like that. I like that. Thanks for putting that up there. I don't know of any. We're kind of, I'll tell you with us anyways, we've been pretty faithful with State Farm. It's kind of one of those things, so unfortunately. Hey, we got 7 likes too, by the way. It's kind of one of those things that we just never really had to like use them. So I can't really say like they're, you know, like they're golden. Hey, we got the hearts going, man. I love it. Thanks for the hearts. Isn't there something else on there like smiley face or something like that? Do a smiley face. I'm just curious what those show up like. The hearts, I always see those are good too. I love them all. But anybody got any ideas for insurance that they use, or if something that I hear a lot of bad stuff about Progressive. I feel like I hear a lot of people talking about Progressive, and it's just not good. Hey, they got the face. Perfect. Thank you. I don't know. This insurance stuff is getting really nutty. I tell you what, it's starting to. I don't know about you guys, but it's making me nervous. Rusty says we have 7 12x14s to install this week. Ooh. Rusty, is it standard lift? Is it high lift? Roof pitch? I'm just curious. Because, man, you know, like, I always feel like high lift and stuff like that. Roof pitch can too. That stuff adds up a lot of time. But standard lift track? Not a problem. You know what I mean? I got it. All right, let me see if I can bring this up a little bigger. Oh, snap. Says 100%. Love it. Love it. All right, let's see what we got here. What else do we got? Is it money? Is his name? You just gave me a seizure? Well, I'm sorry about that. Lost some trim on my place in Florida. And the park we're in got trashed. Dang, Tony. I was watching a guy, maybe some of you have seen him, maybe haven't, but Ben Mala. He's a big real estate guy down there. And what was it? One of the oceanfront properties got hit hard. One of their, it's basically like a hotel. Man, the thing got hit hard. And then his personal house. Wow, man. My heart goes out to those people. You know, I mean, it's. I was trying to resonate it while I was kind of like in the shower. You know, I'm sitting there thinking about it. And he said something to the effect of, you know, well, you know, if you live up in New York, you got to deal with the snow and all that stuff. And he's like, we're just used to it. This ain't my first one. I'm just used to it. That's the stuff we deal with down here. And I was thinking like, yeah, but man, like that stuff seems like more that's destruction. You know what I mean? And I know like snowfall can do stuff. You know, we can have trees that fall, all that kind of stuff. But I just still was kind of like, I just don't feel like we have that much destruction. As some of the stuff up here. Do 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 do. Tony's got good evening, Rusty. Good evening. That's right. Rusty says, "Hey, Tony. What's this? We got Moon. The moon says hi. Excuse me. Hope you're doing good. I see the one that says got it then. God says hi. Hello. Halloween, he got shot. Oh, man. Died on Halloween. Halloween, some crazy stuff, man. There's a lot of biblical stuff like that. I really enjoy it for some reason. It's kind of, I want to say it's almost probably one of my most favorite ones. Even though I don't get really hardcore into it, I just, I don't know, maybe I just got a soft spot for kids or something. I just love the kids having fun. It's like they get outside, right? The activity, they're running around trying to collect and stuff, It's pretty cool. Like the hat, Milwaukee, a little dirty. Is it Drift Mouse? That says hello. Thanks for being here. If you guys are, like I said, don't forget, hit the like button too, if you would. Just helps bring more people in, more conversation, more fun. You're more welcome through the whole live stream to throw up anything. Just like the insurance question. Kind of doing a free-for-all, like I said. So if you got any questions, any input, anything you've come across in the garage door industry or just service-based industry, engines, motors, problems, electrical things, fires, throw them up at any point. Don't feel like you're interrupting. Anything we can learn stuff from, I would greatly appreciate it. And I know some of the community would appreciate it too. So, what is that? No, we're not doing that one. Only two of us. He says, my brother and I, he says, we have a lift. Well, that's nice. That won't be too bad as long as you got your brother. Oh, Tony's on it. Thanks, Tony. Clopay 3150s. 3150s. Are those like a 2-inch thick door, Rusty? Can you give me a little more? I'm not real hardcore on the Clopay. I don't know exactly. I don't know if we got a Clopay book here or not. We got a Wayne Dalton guy there, but I don't got a Clopay book. I think it went to the burn barrel. What is it? Is it Epics? Well, hello, Epic. Oh, so do you? No, I'm not a big supporter. I'm kind of the LGBTQ. No, like I said, I'm pretty old school. Look at me. I'm 40 years old. I mean, that's everybody's flavor, right? That's how I look at it. There's some things that should be maybe left. I think some stuff maybe should be left in the closet. You support things like you do whatever you want behind closed doors. You know what I mean? But some things I think out in public should stay a little bit behind those closed doors. What do you think about? What is that? Scientology church? I don't know nothing really about it, honestly. Okay, so it's 1 3/8. Okay, thick R6, front and back. Okay. That's the one, Rusty, that 1 3/8 that used to get me all the time. My builder would grind me on that because our competition would always do. Hey, we got up to 9 likes too. Thank you for hitting the like button. So when we did the Wayne Daltons, they're whatever, like 3/4 of an inch thick, the TS 125. The builder would always get me on that stink door. He'd be like, well, he's like, your competition here, they're just 1 3/8 and their price is cheaper. And I was always like, you're right. Their price is cheaper. And I'm like, that's because they're trying to get into your pockets. They're trying to get into your pants. That's just how it works. You know what I mean? And that's kind of, unfortunately, sometimes in the business, that's how the stuff goes. You know, people are trying to get into people's, you know, especially when they're not, we've done it, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? You get a certain customer, you know, especially when you got a commercial one, and especially if they call you. We missed out on the UPS one time. It was a night call. So it's kind of one of those weird, like, you know, it was a night call. And hey, thank you for hitting the like button. We got to 11. So that just brings more people in. Appreciate it. Even if you're just cruising through. Looks like they've pulled some cash money. I don't like cash like I used to. Just don't. Just don't. Love cash, right? But when it's like when you do business, it feels so much different. It's like it's almost like, is it all there? Is it all accounted for? Where's going to be the questions? You know, why wasn't it there? Did you lose it out? Did it get stuck in your truck? Did it blah 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 blah? You know, but we've gotten better. A lot of times, one thing you can do, like we should get them envelopes. But if you get cash, I'm not going to show you the other side. What they'll do is they'll actually put on here this side. It shows who it goes to, which is a good thing. But what we probably should do is get some small, like the little cash envelopes, and that way they can write on that, and that all goes in there. And then the idea is originally, and like I said, it wasn't like intentionally. It just kind of happened that way. Right there, that sees what goes on. I'm not, you know, so. That way it's kind of, you know, hopefully it's correctly. Because sometimes things happen. But that's why I sometimes don't like. When you got employees, when you're you know, chucking a truck, not so bad. But you know, otherwise. Anyways, what do you got? R136. Do you support Israel or the Palestinians? I don't know. I look at it like I support humans. I think there's a lot of good people out there in the world and humans. You know what I mean? And I think there's a lot of people that want to take care of their family and their loved ones and their children, right? And I don't care what you are. You know what I mean? I really don't. I just don't like lazy. I really don't like lazy. That part that grinds me, right? I don't like lazy people. That's where I get irritated. But I think there's a lot of good people. You know, I think there's a lot of our G's, that's what we call them, our G's, that skew stuff with this programming, television, mess a lot of things up. They turn us against us, all this other kind of stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just my thoughts. But I hope I hope nobody's sleeping on a dirt floor. I know there's somebody. Goodwin says, good day, man. Good day to you. Liberty NC. North Carolina. Is that Fox? Well, hello. Got kind of, everybody's doing pretty good. Everybody's at least keeping it clean for the most part. Got Moon 13 says hi. Hello. Could you do a giveaway or something? He says maybe like a gift card. So actually, I'm kind of glad you brought that up. What you should do is you got to stay tuned because I actually do have a giveaway. Not today, I'm sorry, but I do have a giveaway I got to do for that grease. I got that grease thing. I've been waiting kind of for when the mixer is available, the cement mixer. And I got names on that. So, I mean, technically, you know, you could go find the video, you know, and you could comment on it, and then you'd be put in the drawing. But I'm pretty sure that's gone, and in the archives now, and it's nobody really pays attention to it. So, but there is one coming eventually. Rusty says, Dave, if you were bidding a job, tear out 7 by 12 by 14, 7 new and rehook openers. Dave, if you were bidding a job, tear out 7, he says, install 7 and rehook openers, material cost. Okay, so 15. So 15, that's 30. So I bid 38 and got it. Not sure what anyone else bid. Um, let's see here. Let's just see. This is good. Thank you, Rusty, for bringing this up. So 15 divided by, so that's what, 21. We'll just call it rounded up to 2145, 2,100, 145 roughly. So I mean, my quick math is to do. So let's just kind of figure this out. This is why I like these calculators, right? I like the margin. So if I do 15,000, so I normally do a 3-tier system. That's how I kind of bid stuff, and it all depends. It all depends on how hungry you are. Hey, we got up to 12 likes. That's awesome. Thanks for hitting the like button. So if we do 15,000, okay, and then let's do a. That's our cost, which is actually got on here. I want to do my cost. That's my cost. I might be doing it wrong. I gotta play with it for a second. Margin. Let's try it again. 15. I haven't done it in a while. Plus. I gotta do it again. Margin. Do 30. Doesn't work. Done it enough. I don't do the bids anymore. 15,000. Okay. Oh, no, wrong. So my cost is 15. Okay. My margin. I'm gonna have to keep playing with it for a second. Like I said, I don't know if this one's broken. We got 2 of them sitting here. 15,000. It's cost. 30% margin. This is a huge number. So it says to sell for with a 30% margin. 21 is looks like it says 21,000. Basically 400. So let's try a higher one. 15 is my cost. I don't know, we'll do a 50% margin. So that's 30. So you're even higher yet. So it's at 30. So like that doesn't fly in our area. Like if you hit 30, you're sitting pretty fat. A lot of times it can range anywhere from, sometimes it can be 10, sometimes it can be 20, 25. 30 is, like if you get above 30, they didn't shop around. At least for our demographic. But like I said, just the simple number is for Rusty. Now I know Rusty, his area is way different than I think. I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't know if I don't even think California touches Rusty's area, because I thought California always used to be the highest. But like I said, for our area, maybe Tony can throw some. Like 30% is normally. That's where you sit. But anyways, my quick math is obviously if it's 15, I double it. And that should roughly cover you on some of the material, things like that. That's just my quick. Now, obviously, depending on travel time, I start looking at, I started to write it all out. I'd write manpower. I used to have sheets. Should I bring those sheets back out? I seen one time. And it's all spread out, like we do, how much we're going to have in fuel, how much we're going to have, is going to take us, how much angle iron. Tony's got there, he goes, damn, Rusty. Says, what were you thinking, Tony? Tony says, get it, Rusty, that's right. He says, hello from Switzerland. Hello. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thanks for the like button. Flying or reading minds. Ooh, I don't know what that is. Audio is lagging. Can't hear. Forbid. Oh no. Hopefully I kind of repeated it enough. I'm on. I didn't do the Wi-Fi tonight, so that was good. Oh, is it Dobbs? What's up, Dobbs? Hello from Detroit. Detroit. That's right. Tony says, you're at 23. I would have done it for 9G on top of material. Nice. Am I bald? No, I'm not bald. I got lots of hair. Lots of hair. Like, we got like a weed whacker to it because it grows so much. I'm very lucky in that way, but. So Tony, so Rusty's got, so 32. That's probably where we would be sitting. What is this? This is he something. He says meow, bless. Oh. Oh. Tony says I would have done it for 24 total. No. No, you really think Tony would do it that let's see what if I can figure this out. 15 is cost. We do 30% margin. That's equals. So that was 20. So he's a little bit. So 20's a little higher. So if Tony's he's at about a 35% margin, probably. Let's do 15. Cost. And margin. What's Tony at? 20? Yeah, he's about 30, about 35. I think there's a way. Let's see if you're, if we do cost. Oh, nope, I don't want that. 15. Okay. My cost. You're going to sell it for 24. I believe this thing will tell you backwards too. 24 to sell equals 37.5 right there. So I love these calculators. So that's a 37.5 margin. Let me go back. Let me check. I can do it now since I got 32. Let me go back here. Where's Rusty's? 38. So 15. It's cost. Doing it for 38. Sell equals. Yeah. So Rusty's at a 60 point something. 60 whatever. 0.5, almost probably whatever, basically 60, 61. That's super high. That is super high. Like I said, it's darn almost like worth coming down there in that area and just those jobs. You know what I mean? Like that's out of state stuff. Cause what was it, 15 minus 38 equals. I mean, that's 23. You're working with like 23,000. So 23,000, right? I got that right? Yep. Divided by 7. So what is that, like $3,000? 328.5? Almost 33? That's 33 a door? Yeah, our competition would eat up. Like if you just told me off my cuffs, you were like, what would you need to be competitive? I would say, let me think. If we're doing multiple doors, because there's multiple doors, that brings it down. If it's one door, the price goes up actually a little bit. But if it's multiple, you could be anywhere from $8, $12, $1,600 a door for your install. That's just labor. As my guess. Because we have, what is the one company called? I think it's Environmental or something like that. They are very competitive. Like they eat that stuff right up. They love that kind of stuff. They'll knock you out of the park. Plus they get their materials super cheap because they normally stick with one. I'm lagging. Let me try the Wi-Fi. There. We're on Wi-Fi. We'll see how good the Wi-Fi goes. Maybe. We'll see. I see Tony's hooking me up. He's telling me some good stuff. Maybe. We'll see. I see Tony's hooking me up. He's telling me some good stuff. Is that any better being Wi-Fi? It does goofy. I can tell. I finally got my other phone out so I can kind of see. Love it. Hopefully the Wi-Fi does a little better. All right, let's let's go back down. Let's see what we got. Would have done it for 24 total. Maybe that's why people have the earpiece. I should have an earpiece. That's what I need. If I had an earpiece, I could listen too. That'd be kind of weird. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's do it for 24. Rusty Tony, how many man hours would you estimate it at? So that's a good question. I don't know. Is there any openers on this job, Rusty? Or are you just doing doors only? She's Clark Scott. You watch? I don't know that AIM. I don't watch that. Let's see here. Rusty is at Metalwood. 2 men doing the job. Okay, here the margins of materials, but you guys are missing. That's margin on materials, he says, but you guys are missing labor. Sky says, I don't use margin. I use butter. That's a good one. What up, Sky? I love it. Tony says, you're killing me, Sky. Oh, I love it. That's right. That's right. Tony, it's mounting to wood. Mounting to wood's nice. So I'm curious if somebody would, so like, I guess it's more or less Rusty. Would you still order it the 2 inches wider on the jams? If it's 12, do 12.2 on his commercial, because I know that gets a little hairy. I don't know. Too, if you start doing it, Rusty, send me some pictures. It'd be kind of cool to see the job. Come back in. Hopefully the Wi-Fi is working better. Dave, you got to cut out, come back in. He says, I can't understand what you're saying. Keep cutting it out. Hopefully we got that, Tony. I'm a little behind in the comments. Is it the Kamishish? Hi, what's up, Dave? Some of my competitors are offering free estimates. Ooh. What are your thoughts? And how do you answer customers that ask if you offer free estimates? Okay, this is a great question. Thank you for asking this. So I always know this is a very kind of can be like a heated topic for some people. This is just how I kind of look at it. Depends on how hungry you are. If you're really hungry and you got nothing to do and you're sitting around the shop and you got bills to pay or you got mouths to feed, get out. You know what I mean? Especially if it's basically close by. You know what I mean? Like I said, once you kind of get over that threshold of the free estimates, I don't know, in my head, something, maybe 30 minutes is on the light side, but 45 minutes, you're playing with my life a little bit. You know what I mean? Where I don't want to travel out there not to get the job. So the way I've handled it before, because I had a lady once come about this, and she wasn't real happy. She called, what's weird with the business, I don't know if other people ever experience this or not. But in the business, it's weird. Like we get like a slew of bad checks, right? All of a sudden it'd be like 1 a week or something, almost maybe 2 a week or something. And I was like, man, we haven't had bad checks in forever. And then it's like we get like we were getting estimates, right? The insurance estimates. I have no idea. These people don't know each other. They're in different neighborhoods. But we had this lady. And I was getting sick of it, right? Because I learned a place right down the road here, right, that does automotive repair. I went in there, I truck diagnosed. They told me everything it needed. It needed too much money. I could do most of it. And I said, well, I'm going to come down there. I said, I'm going to kind of, either cherry pick some of the stuff. They said, that's fine. I go down there. They told me it's I think it was like $34 for the paper. They said, that's for our service to check it out, put it on the rack, our labor, our tech. We need to make something because we just get too many people that come here. We inspect their vehicles. We get an estimate. And what do? They go down to AutoZone. They go down to Advance Auto. They go to O'Reilly's, Napa, and they just purchase the stuff and they have Jim do it on the weekend or they do it themselves and we don't get a dime. And I thought, that's fair enough. I get it. I mean, isn't time money? About you, but I like spending time with my family. I like doing trips and doing my stuff, so time is money. And so I looked at it and I said, okay. So I kind of was getting to these customers. I kept getting these insurance ones and you know how it is, like you're driving through town and you're like, you know what, I'm right around the corner here. Let me turn down this road and see what the hell? They replaced that garage door. Why didn't they use me? And you're like, good God, who put on the outside hardware? That looks like hell. It's up too high. Well, obviously, they must have did it themselves. They found the cheapest person or whatever. But either way, they got a new garage door. I didn't get the business. I wasted my time. So what I told this lady one time, I said, she goes, I need a price. I got my insurance. That was her first indication. She said, it's for my insurance. And I said, well, insurance companies are not very friendly because they typically don't write the check out to you. They write to the homeowner, which in a nutshell makes sense, right? Because they don't want to deal with it. Here, we sent you the money. Here's the check. Sign off. We don't want to talk to you anymore. We got other stuff to do. And then it's up to the homeowner, after they got an estimate or two or three. And so I told her, I said, if we come out, I forget, I think we were charged $. And she's like, she's just disgusted about it. She says, but in the phone book, she says, it says free estimates. And I'm like, you're right. It does say free estimates. Free estimates are over the phone. I was like, if you can tell me the size, you can tell me one picture or two, I will gladly give you an estimate over the phone. I'll even fax you that. You know what I mean? I'll fax you what it is. And I'm going to put a little disclaimer in there, right? This job has not been detailed yet. This is provided information from the customer, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? And until it's finally detailed by one of our professional installers, this is in void or something, something. But nowadays, like I said, this was many moons ago, many years ago. So you can do it however you feel. I'm just a big believer with a lot of residential people. I don't want to say it's intentional. I just don't think they understand. I know some of you got family members. I got some family members, right, that just don't understand. Something happens and they call and they want service. They don't care how, they just want it fixed. They want this out of their life. They don't want to think about it anymore. They don't know the repercussions of what they're causing when they call multiple people, multiple services, garage doors, places in there, and then they forget who they called. All these things, they're elderly, they're middle-aged, they're business people, they're whatever, right? I don't like to waste your time, you know what I mean? Or my time is what I'm trying to say. So it's just something you can play it however you want. Like I said, though, if the phone's not ringing, you're going to pick everything up and you're going to try to do, especially if it's close. Like I'm always a big thing. Close is key. You travel is death. You remember everything you touch that you travel out to, everything you touch is now your responsibility, right? You got a broken spring, you change the spring out, 2 days, 3 days later, a week later, the opener quits working. They're going to call you because they're going to, like I said, maybe intentionally, maybe not. They're going to call you and go, hey, you know how you were here? Yeah, you know how you were here? And you charged me $200, $400, $600, $1.2 million to change out that spring? Yes. Well, now the opener's not working. So I don't know if you did something, but I need you to come back out and you're like, oh, gosh, I didn't even change enough the last time when I went out there. And now I got to go back out there and look again. Oh, gosh, and you're 2 hours one way, son of a, you know what I mean? And that's why I always really cautious about your travel, right? Because you got up to 15 likes. Thanks for the likes. But like I said, I love questions like that. Bring up more if you got some, because that stuff is, I think, is very good, and you can do it however you want. Like I said, to me, free estimates over the phone. I'll send you an estimate. I'll send it. You know why? I'd rather sit here and heat, air conditioning, a toilet at my disposal, a fridge out here. It's got drinks in it. With everything's here. You know what I mean? Free estimate. But once I got to go on the road, and have you seen the nut jobs that are on the road nowadays? The road rage. We got cars already this year in our town, right? I think counted, we're either at 8 or 12 that have rolled over in 35 mile per hours. And I'm like, I've never seen that before. I've never heard of that before. How? And it's not winter yet. So, just something to think about. 5 Echo. Hopefully it's all gone. Trump 2024. We'll see. Is it an election or is it a selection? See. Rusty, let me get this straight. I'm taking 7 doors out. Ooh, that was a good question. And putting 7 doors back in. Yes, Tony, tear out 7 wood doors. Ooh, wood doors. Price just went up a little bit. Gotta expose all that tear out. That's a lot. 7 doors. Rehook 7 old commercial openers. Ooh, what kind of openers, Rusty? I'm just curious. There you go. Sky's with me. Sky's like, no free estimates unless on the phone. That's just how I look at it. Like I said, I've been burned too many times. I can't tell you how many times I go around town and I see stuff. I don't know if it bugs anybody else. I think I'm the only one. I really do. And that's fine. I'm goofy. But, you go around and you see something, you're like, huh. See, they got that gate. See, they did that garage door. I see they did that open, and now I see somebody just pulled in there. It's like, it's all these things that run through. Was I not a good enough salesman? Did I not, when I got out of the van, something fell? Was that did it? You know what I mean? When my coffee cup or whatever fell on the ground, I stumbled a little bit. Was my price high? And there's this whole thing, right? Well, you can call them and check up and blah, blah, blah. You can, yes, you can. But sometimes when you start getting busy, you just ain't got time for that crap, man. Like, I'm moving on to the next, And either you got either the secretary and all that stuff, the list can go on and on. It can be very daunting. Oh, no, order 12-2 because side room is tight. Oh, gotcha. Makes sense. What's up, Joe? Weather seal strips and retire. How it says? Oh, there you go. It says invent new weather stop strips and retire. Maybe so. Maybe so. What was this? Is it Ed? It says, you a construction worker, bro? Yes, I do construction. I'm a blue collar guy. Rusty's got free estimates and prefer to do it in person because I can truly bid the job for man hours it will take. And let's see. And like I said, and this is great. This is why it's like it's good to have different perspectives. Because there's really no wrong way to do it. It's just like, so Rusty does it, right? I actually used to have a guy. There was a guy that worked here. He was kind of a foreman. He had to go away. He was stealing. He was doing bad things. But that was he was big on, like, he's like, if I go there, I feel like I can close the sale. And I would agree. I was like, I don't doubt that. Like, I think you can, to a certain degree, because, at least for here, we got the location, trucks, we got the reputation. We've been here for many years. He knows how to pitch it. Yeah, I agree. But I was finding out that he was running. He was basically like, he was a salesman. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it was almost like we need to put him in a smaller, more better on gas instead of a full-size vehicle. But he was still kind of a technician too, so there's a lot of bouncing around. I seen a lot of wasted productivity out of him because he didn't close all the sales. Because I'd see him go on and I'd be like, so is that one gonna, are they gonna do something? Oh, well, they got to talk to their husband, and I'm like, okay. And so that's why when I learned from Stan Genetic, right, I learned when I heard that, that whole verbiage of pre-qualify the customer. Now, I think for like Rusty, he's in a whole area. His numbers are super. His is the highest ones I've ever seen. I don't think there's any tops him in the United States. I honestly don't. I don't know what's in Pennsylvania over there, but in our area, at least in this neck of the woods, like I said, very competitive. And we only have probably 6 garage door companies in our neck of the woods. Besides, then if you start kind of getting outskirts, that's kind of like, I'm talking like within a 20 to 30 mile radius. And then if you start going out, we maybe get like 12 or something. But they're very competitive. And for me, right, I look at it like I've had too many jobs myself, right? Even as being the owner, going out there and knowing that you're given a screaming deal, right? And they still turn you down, or you're the first one, right? And so they use your estimate. to give to the next person. I had that happen many times. And I look at it like I'd rather just pre-qualify them, because there isn't much, especially in the residential world, that honestly, when it comes to residential, if you send me a picture, once in a while, like a 16 by 7, 16 by 8 can throw me, right? But sometimes you can tell by the squares. But most of the time, I can tell right away from the picture. And here's the thing. I look at it like this is how I look at it. I'm going to give you a number. And if I really want to be ambitious, I'm going to give you, here's a price. What are you looking for? Are you looking for something insulated, just working? What is it? Because that's why I've learned. I always talk to the customer, and I go, what are you doing with the house? That's always my first thing. When they get in there, they're moving stuff out, in whatever, they're cleaning it, whatever. What are you doing with this place? What are you doing? What are you doing? Is this a flip? Are you going to live in this for the rest of your life? Are you going to raise a family in this house? Like, what do you do this house? And they'll typically tell me, well, it's a flip. And I'm like, all right, let's go with the 9000 series Wayne Dalton garage door, a pan door. You know what I mean? Let's just go with that. You know what I mean? Like, next person's problem, right? That'll look good from the road. So I do all those things, right? But if I can listen to them, and then I could say, well, a garage door might be, $2,000 to $3,000. And they go, okay, well, we were thinking like probably $500 or $600. Okay. we're not even like, we can't even come out there and change garage door springs for this price. So that's why I like to pre-qualify them. And I look at it nowadays because everybody's got these. And some people just love these, right? They always take pictures of their food. They take pictures of their boogers. Take a picture. Just take a picture. Take a picture of the outside. Take a picture of the inside. You can always send them, a couple pictures you've done at a custom. Typically when they send me stuff, I'll typically like say, can you like back out of it or something like that? It really all depends on the situation and your time. You know what I mean? Tony's got, he says, Rusty, you're making 23 over cost. Your doors doing extremely well. He says, I've been 5 doors the other day and I went 5,000 over cost door. He says, oh, didn't get the job. Yeah, I think like I said, I think with like Tony in Indiana, like Michigan, like I said, it's they always are typically getting 3 estimates, typically. And I'm not gonna say always. Maybe some guys can comment in the video if there's stuff that's like, have you noticed there's a certain thing that kind of gets you the job or doesn't get you the job? I had one customer that comes to mind. It was a DPW. And I think sometimes with certain customers, you click, right? I clicked with this guy. I told him, I said, I'd really like to do this job. And I think some of that stuff can go a long ways. Hey, we got up to 18 likes. So thank you for hitting the button. If you haven't yet, hit the like button, please. But the guy told me after they had 3 bids. He told me, he said, you were in the middle. He says, you weren't the highest, but you weren't the lowest. And I was like, oh. And he goes, but you're going to get the job. I was like, yes, because it was a DPW. I think there was like 13 doors, 16 doors on this building, on this one side. Kind of weird, short building. They just pull all their trucks and stuff in there. And I felt bad, right? We get the job. So in my mind, right, it's low bid. We do boo in a sense. We do the doors. The doors are super tight. The jams are tight because they're stacked. Boom, 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 door. We get it working, right? They're better than what the pretty crappy, crusty old ones there. But where I really failed, I knew it when the order came in, we were unloading the truck or whatever. We didn't get high cycle springs. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, why didn't we do high cycle springs? I could just tell by the size of those springs, right? They're they're like 2-inch, 2 5/8, whatever. They were small. And I was like, fudge, man. And I was like, this is going to be a problem. I know this in the future, this is going to be a problem. Sure enough, whatever it is, it's like 5 years later, 5 years later, whatever it was, they're calling, hey, this garage door's got a broken spring. I mean, all of a sudden now it's like a flood of them too, right? Because they're constantly using the garage doors. So it's like, geez, you think these springs would last longer? Started like, I was like, yeah, unfortunately, I got to charge you for it. And I'd start upcycling them. It lasts a little longer because it was getting to be embarrassing. And it was my fault, 100%. I didn't order it. It was like a low bid. I said, well, that's what you get with low bid. And he's like, you were at the lowest. And I know, I'm so sorry. Didn't get the bid. This guy's got. He says I worked for enough companies to see the pattern of chasing jobs or trying to lower your bid to get the job. You will not be in business long. That's good. That's good advice. You know, you got to know your worth. Uh, you know, I don't like I said. I think it's honestly in business going through some trends, right? Because I mean, some weeks you're just like, holy crap. You know, weeks it's like, whoa, we're going downhill, and it's a very emotional roller coaster. So that's why I always refer to as of like when you're a business owner, you have to wear many different hats. Hey, we got up to 19 likes. Maybe we'll get to 20. Thank you for the likes. You got to wear many different hats. Oh, it must be what's up? Must be on here somewhere. What's up, Sean? I see a weird number, so Sean must be in the UK. But anyway, so you wear many different hats, and you're also the captain of a ship. That's the only way I know how to describe it. You know, you think about like if any of you ever watched Deadliest Catch from a Discovery Channel, right? That's how I envision it in my head, right? You're going through the deadly seas and you're part of a ship, right? And you got to know how the engine's running. You're listening, which is, you know, how ready trucks, how ready are they stocked up and ready to go? How are the boys doing? You know, you're on deck, right? The boys are all getting beat up by the waves. You know, it's been a hard week. You know, you see somebody go overboard, holy crap, you know what I mean? Like, mayday, mayday. You know, there's no holes in the ship right now. There's so many different things coming at you. And that's why you got to, it's like, I always think it's like a temple, you know, you're doing like their, like an orchestra. They're sitting there and you're trying to play everything and you're trying to keep everything in tune. So you have to realize that when you take on job, okay, what kind of punishment am I going to get from this? Is this the kind of punishment I even want to take? Because we get contractors all the time that we used to do like the builder exchange and stuff like that, and they will they'll send you bids, you know, and it's like they'll be so far. It's like no, decline. We're not looking at that. It's not even feasible. You know what I mean, and if you're a bigger company, absolutely, if you got the manpower and stuff like that. For a small business like ourselves, you know, it just doesn't work out. You know, you're going to be, you know, you're going to have to try to round up the guys. You know, some of them are not going to be on board about spending the night at hotels. There's a whole different drama that goes into all that stuff. So Sky's right. Like I said, you gotta figure out what your worth is. You gotta feel how busy you are. You know what I mean? And I've learned through punishment, it's almost better. This is just my opinion. It's almost better to not do the job. That's what I've learned because I've done that before where you find a job that's like an hour and a half or an hour, 2 hours away, and you're like, wow, we're really slow. Like we could really work. And I damn near guarantee you by the time you step foot up there, you're driving up there, your phone's going to ring with something else on it that's back in town, that's probably juicier, that would have been closer. You would have had all your resources, right? That was one thing I never took in consideration was all your resources. Your truck gets a flat tire. Who do you call? I don't know. We're in a different town, dude. I'm 2 hours away from home. Like, I don't know nobody. You know what I mean? Your vendors. Well, you know how to walk into your own store, your own Home Depot, your own Lowe's, Menards, whatever you know how to walk into your own store and you know where everything is. You know what I mean? Because you've been in there so many times. But you go into another city, you're like, you walk around, you know, like I didn't realize one time I went up to Ludington, Michigan, and I went on a Friday at 5 o'clock, right? I get up there. I didn't bring a torsion tube like a dum-dum. Yeah, I would have took even a broken down one, right? I used a piece of conduit. Don't tell anybody. It's embarrassing, okay? But I go through the store, I need a 16-foot piece of conduit, or, you know, I need two 10s or something to make this thing work. And so I ended up the store. I'm like, I'm noticing everything's short. Like everything is only like instead of being 10, stuff's like 8 foot. And I told the dude, I finally stopped. I said, "What the hell's going on here?" So I can't find no chunk of conduit here. You know what's going on here? I forget if it's the sticks or whatever they were conduit. I'm not a big conduit guy. And he goes, well, actually, we're a small store than like the one in Muskegon. He says, we're actually what they consider a smaller store. You know, he's like, have you noticed the ceilings are lower in here? It keeps the heat in and stuff and air conditioning. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't know there was different size Home Depots. I never knew that. Like, and I'm thinking, this is code red right now, dude. It's Friday. It's already 7 o'clock at night. I want to go home. You know, how in the hell am I going to get my wife right, in a minivan, or whatever, to haul a 16-foot plus shaft from the shop up here and make this somewhat economical. You know what I mean? And I was in a jam. Whatever happened, it wore a hole in it. It busted the shaft in half. I don't remember if it was an ideal door or what it was. But, I mean, just certain things like I never knew there was different size Home Depot. Home Depot's a Home Depot. Like, it's across the nation. They don't make small ones and big ones. Is it Crystal? What's it? Can I donate 1,000 if you touch grass? I don't know. You're gonna have to prove the fund. We need to have proof of funding. Tony can be the referee. They had a guy call me. Tony says I told him for 2 springs, add 30 extra because it was Sunday. I didn't get the job. What the fuck? I know, man. I'm right there with you, Tony. That's how I feel. It's like the same, like, to me, that's a screaming deal. That's a hell of a good deal. That's a fair price. That's a very fair price. And the fact that you're charging an extra, was it the $30? Was it $30? Maybe I should have just told him $130 or $330 and not it was going to be extra. Because when he heard that word extra, maybe that something in his brain thought, I don't want to pay extra. I want a damn discount, you know? That's all the stuff, man. That's the mind games that they'll play. But thank God Tony didn't go out there and, you know, tell the guy. And he goes, I ain't got that. You know what are you supposed to do? Well, I ain't got that. If you can come back Monday, I've done that before. It's the money, right? It's supposed to have cash. You go back, they're $20 short. They're playing the game, right? All that kind of stuff. Rusty says should have just told him 3:30 from the beginning. I know. I get it though. I get it. It's like some people but that's what I mean. It's like for some customers are just weird, man. They're weird. You know what I mean? Like you have no idea. We have a big demographic of people in our area. We have rich, middle class. We got very, very low class. And you just don't know. You know, that's why it's like what I've noticed with customers is I don't know how to describe it, but I look at it like I'm trying to slow them down and I'm trying to see if we're a good fit, right? It's almost like that girl that would come up to you and you're going, man, this is really weird. And she's like, we should date, we should go out, we should do this. And you're just like, whoa, like what am I not seeing here? Something's not adding up. And let's take one thing at a time here. And I always look at it like I want them to play ball, right? So for a nutshell, right? I want to kind of like, it's when I call a tow truck company, right? When I'm on the side of the road, I need a flat tire fixed, or I need my car towed. They're going to ask me, right? They ask me, why shouldn't we ask? They ask me, well, how do you plan on paying? Well, I plan on paying cash. Okay. You know, well, you're probably going to be looking at, they normally give me a range or something, you know, probably, $200, $300. Okay, I got that, or, I tell them I'm going to pay with a credit card. So why should we be afraid to do those certain things? So I look at it like I go, how you plan on paying. I also want some pictures. You know what I mean? And unless they got reason, you know what I mean? That makes sense. Like I'm not home. We're on vacation. It's my nanny. It's this or this or this. But my nanny could take pictures, or my neighbor could. Okay, let's do that. Nice. Tony's got, I'm not going out for nothing. Tony, in March of this year, I went from 2 springs at $265 to $585. And I have only had 2 customers since then say it was too much. Hey, like I said, if you can do it, if you can swing it, do it up, man. Do it up. Like I said, if you can get it, most of the time, like I said, I've said before, I thought at one time it would be a good idea. It was almost, let's do the weekend. In other words, you're darn near almost doubling the money to some degree, a couple $100 at least, and you can make some good money. Got to put some power on you guys. You're going to get getting low. Let's see what the old power is. 100%. Do 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 do. Tony's, can you break that down for me, Rusty? What's your spring cost and labor? 2 springs, 45. I don't think we're getting springs anymore for 45 each. I think they went up. I think they're like, I don't know. I don't know what they're costing. They're probably like, I thought they're more like 50. Springs used to be like 30 bucks. I remember that. I want any labor, 405. There you go. This is Rusty. They don't pay that for a lot for labor compared to the cost of material. Nice. What's he got? I don't know what that is. 2.0, what that is. What's Nick guy? He says, hi, he says, how's your day going? Day's going great. Thanks for asking. Feeling better at least. Not so sick feeling. Still got the sniffles. Says Tony, says I don't break down parts and labor. Tony's got thumbs up. Oh yeah, you guys are tearing it up. Let me see what I can do here. SDD. Rusty, did you use Service Spring or do you get them from, what is SGD? So Rusty said, I usually give 3 options: price to replace entire spring system, price to replace both springs, price to replace 1 spring. So you give them an option when they got 2? See, I won't even do that. I don't even, I might as well, I feel like if I'm doing 1 spring, I'll just do, because I've had people ask, I'll just put it on there for, I would just put I put a clamp on it, which I think Evan's got. I think Evan's the one that brought it up. I got to do a video on that about some spring clamps. I usually give 3. Doing to get all materials directly through pay. Oh, that's right. That's right. What's the entire spring system cost, or what does that system consist of, Rusty? Sky says, I tell the customers 100 to get me out there for diagnosis, and that goes towards the bill if they give me to have me do the repairs. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Sky. That's kind of how we do it. We do like a service call, and then the service call basically gets you preventative maintenance. So we'll go through, we'll oil the door, we'll check everything out, make sure cables and stuff are looking good, not too rusty at the bottom. Especially up here in Michigan, we got a lot of rusty cables, salt and stuff like that. Go through, check the opener, do anything with the opener if we can. Basically something like if they start exceeding over an hour, they typically don't. It's normally a 20 to 30, 45 minute visit. And then like you said, it gets applied. So if we have emotional, okay, well, this is what it's going to cost. We'll let them know before we do the work. But it's like, I always want to get the lubrication working, right? I want to make sure they got money. I want to make sure that they understand this is going to cost something, right? Because that can be problematic. I've been there before. I'm not those, what is it? Like Stanley Steamer or something like that. I'm not those guys that come out and do a little dance, and give you a brochure and give you a bottle of water and say, what are you sure you don't want to? We offer, 3 different kinds of form of payments. You know what I mean? We could, and it's going to be, our 1 day visit here, it's going to be $10,000. I mean, but you can make, 50 easy payment, Rusty spring cables, bearings, drums to been replaced before. And what does that one cost? Hollering at me, who you voting for? Me? I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of one of those things, I leave it. I don't know if it's going to be an election or a selection. I think it'd be nice to have a good coach. I don't know. Tony says, sorry, Rusty, for working you so hard. Just curious. Depends on materials. 750. So now I just got a pencil and paper out. Oh shoot, man. Rusty work on a Sunday? How dare you, Tony? Tony, Mr. T, Mr. Trump. Did I hear? Isn't he got like in like 3 days or something? He's going to court or something for. I'm like, I don't know. You know how you get all that stuff on your phone all the time. You like start typing it off because it's just too much. And I seen something and I'm like, I thought that was all over with. So now what? Is he going to be like thrown in jail? And I thought probably not, but it's just like, jeez, they always got to be doing something. Rusty says, glad. Tony says, glad to share. He says, I've been working my family business and we always stayed busy but never made much. He says, I chat this year. He says, it's working great. Heck yeah, man, that's awesome. Make the moolah. Got to get hey guys, you got to get the button seal assistant tool. Oh yeah, that's right. Tony's got a thing on the Denko this a month for 200. It's gonna see it in action. Go to my channel, check it out. Yeah, that's right. Go check Tony's channel out. Like, he's got some cool stuff on there. That seal thing, it's like it helps put it on. It's like an assistant, which is really nice because I ain't gonna lie, I get anxiety if I gotta do bottom seal at a customer. I've gotten pretty brave now. I won't ask, obviously, if it's like an elderly person, I feel like they're gonna get hurt or something. But I love it because like when I go to those jobs, the ones where I get that customer that wants to watch everything I'm doing, and I'm like, hey, customer, come over here. Give me a hand, would you? You know what I mean? I have them come over and they can help guide the seal on. And I really never got much black. I don't think I've ever gotten any. It's like they almost kind of like helping in a sense. I always had maybe a pride thing where I didn't want them to, or I just thought it was unprofessional. But they never mind. They normally come right in, they help. And I maybe work their price a little, in their favor, a few dollars for helping out because, normally, otherwise I'd bring like two guys if I knew I had to do bottom seal. Like I hate perimeter seal. I really do. I think some of you guys out there, you can make money, do it and stuff like that. But for us, I'd rather just stay away from it because it just, unless you have it on the truck, that's key. Most time the guys use it, place it on the truck. They go to a job, they might open their, so it's like, I just rather eliminate it and go, nope, you can come buy it from us. You can order it online. This guy says, for 25 years, I've never noticed I have been using tubes and not conduit. Well, Sky, I'll make a confession. When I use the conduit, it's not the right size. It's wobbly in there. It's a hair under. So it let's just say it was in my younger days, and it got me out of a pinch. It worked. I forget how I somehow I joined it together. I buried it in springs. I'm pretty sure I buried it inside one of the springs, and I went, it's gonna be one of those ones that door was gonna do this weird walk. And somebody like me, when I used to, I'd be like, how in the hell is that doing? This is a torsion tube, and you pull on one side, and the door is doing like a weird walk. And then I've found out because I've seen it before where they bury the Menard setup couplers in there, and those bolts break or whatever, the screws. I've seen that happen. But yeah, this one was in like, it was, I don't even remember the job so much. I remember it was a lady. The lady had black hair. I remember that. She was a taller, somewhat older, nice lady, right? But she was in like this weird pinch. She was either leaving and she needed her garage door to work in the morning because she had to catch an airplane, or something. And I remember it was late on an evening on a Friday. And I'm like, yep, we can do it. And I did it for like, whatever, $500. I flew up north. I don't know if I took a different vehicle because I just didn't have or something. I was trying to run light so I could go fast. And I knew I was a chance or something, or I don't remember exactly, but I remember I didn't have a torsion tube. And I thought, it's probably, how many times do you come across a bad torsion tube? I don't come across a lot of bad torsion tubes. She sent me a picture or whatever, and I seen, I'm like, oh. But I got up there, and whatever happened, it was like somebody didn't put a bearing in the middle. And so it cut the shaft in half. And that's like, if you tear out doors and you can get that coupler, that Menard coupler, the one that thing is like God sent sometimes. That can really save you in a pinch. So I could have probably even used that, right, and sucked it together. But I panicked, right? I went to the store. I'm just like, I gotta find something. I gotta find something. I gotta find something to make a tube. And then I thought conduit. I did all of it. I got there. Like I said, I stuck it together. It was like in the bearings. I'm like, oh crap. I'm like, whatever. I'm flying, baby. Craig says, does those assist tools actually work? Craig, what you got to do is you got to go to Tony's channel. Tony can always put it in here too, exactly his name on his channel there. I look it up as I think I do Tony's Garage Doors, and that's how I find them. He's got a lot of pink stuff, so always kind of look for pink. I seen he did some of his in that too. He's got some short videos. But he's got one on that tool, and it works really nice. You know, it's I would say, like I said, it's worth the money. It's a nice assistant tool. Guide the ceiling, because how many times have we all done it? You go to drag it in, and it flips out at the end. And you're scooting it, and it, you know, I normally run a little bit of oil down the track of it, you know, so it slides better. But, whew, man, especially if it's a Wayne Dalton with that round, oh, those are the worst. We got thanks a lot for answering my question. He said I wanted to generally thank you for all advice and your subscribers. He says I've been giving me for the past 3 years. Ooh, nice. I've been watching your channel. Well, thanks for being here. I didn't even know you were there. So make sure you pop in every once in a while and say hey and hello and all that good stuff, because 3 years, it's been quite a while. Has it been that long? It's been a while. Oh, and my name is it Kamish? I might be destroying it, spelling. It's short for commissioner. Ooh, nice. That's pretty sweet. Well, welcome. Like, if you got any questions, if anybody's on here too, and like I said, you got any just random questions, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. It's better to ask than to sit silent. So don't be afraid. There's we got a great community here, a lot of good people that are willing to help and answer questions. Even if I don't have it, normally, even if you give me a couple days, I normally can kind of find out. And sometimes I do videos on them. And you guys are always welcome to email me. I do my the Daveadubson@gmail.com. I put it in the description below. So you can always do that. Some of you got phone number, all that good stuff too. That is the competitive cost. $585 is what Sky's got. Greg, that's right. Greg, go check out my channel. It's Papa Tony. It says the 5340. Yeah, Craig is a game changer. Oh yeah, Tony's liking it. It's got to be pretty good. We'll do that. Thanks, Tony. And also, Craig, don't forget too. Make sure you hit the like button on Tony's, and if you can, become a subscriber. Tony says conduit. I'm so disappointed, Dave. Got to do what you got to do. I know, Tony. I know. I was desperate, man. You would not believe. I mean, the face I probably had when I was in that store. I mean, I'm just searching like a hound dog. I'm like, what's going on? They ain't got nothing that's 10 foot around here. Everything's like 6 or 8 foot. I remember I asked the guy, and he's just kind of like, he goes, this is the short store. We got a small store here. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm like, it's the Home Depot. Like, no, our store's much smaller than the Muskegon store. And I'm like, are you freaking serious? Oh, this is what it was. It just dawned on me. There was a skid. There was a skid of conduit over in the corner. You know how it's kind of like not in the public? It's almost like the loading area. There was a conduit over there that it was either whatever, 16. I think they were solid chunks. And I think they were what they were. I didn't look close because I just walked over there, and you know how it's like all bundled together? I just kind of, I was like, yep, this one's mine. And it had a skew on it. I thought for sure when I walked up to the register, they weren't going to be able to scan it. But it registered, and it was whatever, $36 or something like that. Like, I don't care. I'll pay $50. Like, I do not want to make a trip back to Muskegon, because it's, what was it? That area is probably, it's right about an hour and 15 one way. And I was just like, and I was just hearing my wife. If I called her, I think she had a van at that time. And I thought, I'm just going to hear like, You want me to put a 16-foot torsion tube in my vehicle? Like, how am I even going to haul that? And it's going to leather with the grease and stuff, blah, 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 blah. You know, and it's like, well, honey, you know, put it on a damn work truck and drive the work truck. I'm not driving the damn dirt work truck, blah, 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 you know. And I mean, it's just one of those things that I just cannot, you know, keep this thing out. So I registered it. Like I said, I paid for it. It worked. It did the job. Was I proud of it? No. And I just didn't care. I was like, I'll deal with this another day. If she calls and says it's making noise or something, you know, I'm basically gonna go for free and take care of it. She never calls that I know of. But a whole nother reason why I do not like traveling, because I had pictures. I thought I'm good. I never had a torsion tube ever break on me. I mean, I guess once or twice, but I get up there and I'm like, are you kidding me? It's got a broken torsion tube. I'm like, are you kidding me? How am I gonna fix this? Game changer. Sky is at Two Spring and Leba. At this point, Kevin's got Tony. Is that something new today? He says Service Tech has had one a few years. Oh, but I think it was being sold online by a tech that came up with it. Ooh, maybe. I don't know, he says, Kevin. He says, I picked it up. He says, but kicks ass, check out my channel. Hell yeah. Oh, Kevin says, he says, saw your video. What's up? What's up? I don't know what that is. From, is it Dalen? SGD Spring Company that advertises that their springs run 17,000. But what I have been told, they're junk. Interesting. I didn't even know that was that existed. What's up, Peter? Do you think if you put a sticker in a door hanger and ask people to stick them to the wall by their service button for future work, the people would do it without you having to get hired first? Or would what's it say? Or would people just throw them away, waste the money? You know, so I guess my 2 cents on it would be, and hey, we got up to 23 likes. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. I really appreciate it. So here's my kind of 2 cents on it. This is what I thought. I at one time was going to do magnets for the fridges. I thought that would be, I was going to send them in the mail and say something like, you know, hey, stick us around for your next garage door service, or, you know, try to do like, hey, we'll give you 10% off on your next garage service, or, you know, we do a free lube check inspection or something on there. Something that they look at and they go, this has value to it. So they would stick it to their fridge. I guess they could stick it to the garage door if it would, you know. So, you know, I don't think it really hurts, right? You know, I had a customer a while back ago, right? And they said, it's like, they always say it takes like 3 times. This is what the average is typically. If a customer sees you 3 times, then they'll take action and call you or get service or something like that. I always look at it like, I always remember that, you know, we're not in the kitchen and bath remodeling, you know what I mean? So we're not people's dreams typically. Not to say they don't do their garage doors and they want them to look nice, and they want to upgrade and stuff like that. At least in my demographic area, we are typically the company that is, oh crap, I got a broken spring, I need help. Oh crap, my kid hit the garage, I need to get this fixed. It's embarrassing, my neighbors are looking at it, making fun of me. Crap, we're flipping a house, you know, things of that nature, you know what I mean? So I don't think it's bad. I'm not saying they wouldn't, but I can't think that maybe if it didn't have a value to it, you know, where that's where I would say, like, if, you know, like if a furnace guy, I'm trying to think of like a furnace guy sends something in the mail, like typically it's like, this is junk mail, whatever, you know, whatever, some scheme, it's not local. So I'd want to make sure it's local. You know, hey, on your next, you know, this has no expiration date, or maybe you do put it, you know, it's for good for a year. You do it all different ways, but something to maybe make it where I go, oh, it says right here, they'll give me, you know, 25% off. And I know my furnace is going to need an AC unit pretty soon or something. So, you know, but if it's got like a disclaimer, you know, you must disclose this first. You know, I know how that works. Or I tell them, say, I got a coupon, and they're going to go, oh, you got, the coupon? Yeah, marking this up a little bit, you know, make money back. So just things to think about, but good question. Peter says, I put my business cards behind the wall button of all the special time, especially, he says, precision sticker. I cover it. Tony does. He's always got pictures of that. It's always good. Tony says, no, Peter, not wasting your time. They love having them from get a hold of you later. That is true. Stickers at center of door. So when they have problem, try to disconnect opener sticker, staring them in the face. Yep, those are good. I've also I put the stickers towards a man door. Center of the garage door is fine too. It just all kind of depends on the classiness of the place. You know, so I've done the sides by the man doors. Some of our competition, they put it on the bottom of the garage door opener. Then some of them, they'll, like Tony, put them up by the wall button. I never really had the guts to do the wall button because I never really had a good system for it, because the business card probably really is the best, because they can pull it, get rid of it if they don't want it, right? A sticker, like in somebody's brand new drywall, beautiful paint job, I don't want to put a sticker on there. You know what I mean? For them to go, I don't like this ugly, like, so, like, here's the thing, right? Love you, Mom. You know, love you, Mom. My mom, she was one of those, like, when my mom bought a brand new car, she don't want no dealership. She don't want no damn dealership on there. Hell no. You take that sticker off. You don't want the license plate, nothing. She wants her car the way it is. No silly little advertisement. Well, I always got that in the back of my head, like, I don't want to do something. And, you know, if she was the one that peeled off the sticker, wrecked her paint, that she just bought this brand new house, and she gonna come unglued, and it might not even be painting that little section. It's gonna be, I want the whole wall painted. And by screw up the paint, right, the paint doesn't look right, now it doesn't match the ceiling or something like that, I want you to paint the whole damn garage. You know what I mean? You should never put that sticker on there. Trauma, man. Trauma. Staring them in the face. What's Rusty got here? He says, hey, we keep Clopay big, T rubber seal, Wayne Dalton, T on the truck. Upsell, if you have it on hand. Exactly. I would totally agree with Rusty. Rusty's right. And that's the thing. That's the key, right? And that's where it's always kind of a weird, sometimes divide, right? It's tough. It's tough. When you have employees, it's really tough. To always be managing them, and, you know, you almost got to do some kind of like performance, you know, that they get a percentage or something like that, because otherwise it's like they said, they use it, they restock the truck, and then, like I said, now there's this brain that they go out to the next job and they go, you know what, bottom seal. And they think they're being, you know, good, which they are. And then they realize, oh, I don't have none of my truck. So now I'm going to run all the way back to the shop, and I'm going to grab some. And then we're out. Oh, no, now we're out. I didn't realize we're out. And it's, we go all the way back. I'm sorry, customer, we don't have it. Or we do have it. And then we just, you know, and there's just, for us, there's not enough. It's so petty if you can do it while you're there. You know what I mean? That's the big thing. So that's why I'd rather just do new doors. Spring replacements are always a little fuzzy sometimes. New openers. It's just hard for us to do it with repairs and any other little stuff. The one have look like, hey, Kevin, does one I have look like his? Craig's got, is anyone having problems with torsion tubes splitting, causing the door to sit crooked? So, Craig, that's a really good question about the torsion tubes. There was something going on. Man, I wish I could ask Cap. He knows. I could be wrong with this statement. I feel like we were getting them from Service Spring. We had a problem, I thought, with torsion tubes. I'm talking like the residential ones, 16 foot, that they were slipping. The drums were slipping. I don't think we had anything problems with splitting, but it's almost like they're a lighter gauge steel. So I believe he was ordering them from Wayne Dalton, and then we didn't have a problem. But he had quite a few, I want to say maybe 5 incidents where the door shifted on him. And of course it's one of those things, like I'm razzing him, right? I'm like, what the hell, man? I'm like, didn't you tighten the set screw? And he's like, how many years have I been working? He's like, did I not tighten down? Yeah, I tightened it down. He goes, I have to tighten it down to the point I'm crushing it. He says, and it's still slipping. Really? Like it's slipping on the drum. So there is something out there. Like, don't quote me on it. I can't say for sure. I thought it was weird because we would ours through Service Spring, far as I know. And then we had to switch. We had to switch over to I believe it's through Wayne Dalton. They didn't have that problem. But Craig, I guess if you're having problems, where are you getting yours from? Says yeah, but his powder coated. Liftmaster, what's up, Evan? Hey y'all. Peter says thanks, guys. Tony says, oh Dave, did you say pink? What's Rusty got there? Hey, you guys are terrible. Appreciate it. Love it. Thank you guys for hitting the like button too. Just helping more people in. We love it. Quick fix garage doors. Oh, his redirected. He must be doing something with it maybe. What's this guy got here? Rusty, depends on what I'm usually 2-inch. High cycle, he says cost for Wittens, he says around 130. So I'm getting anything from 50 to 950. Nice. What's up, Rob? How you doing? What's up, Dave? They're bearing Buster. He says has been lights out. It has been a while since I've even caught alive. That's right, man. I hope it's working good. I hope it's working good for you. I hope you're enjoying it. I sent Rob one of the bearing busters because we were having a conversation that one night, and it was just I couldn't let this man struggle any longer, so he had to get one, and it sounds like he's enjoying it. And Rob he was so nice. I mean, he sent me a diagram how he zip ties it and all that stuff. I mean, I was very thankful, and I also look at it and I go, if I'm in a pinch, I got some really good ideas, but boy, I hope I don't be without my bearing buster. Kevin's got Tony, whoever was selling it. He says at the time was calling it what's it called? It is a donkey. Is it weenies? Yes. Sky, are you the owner? What state are you located? Craig says Resource Industries calls it donkey. Is it weenus? Oh, Trump 24. Oh, we got a couple Trump fans, huh? We'll see. We'll see. You know they're all going to promise us something they can't probably deliver. We'll see. We'll see. What's it got? Sky says, runs several door companies. He said, I'm not working for the cheap owners. He says, we won't install basic stuff off of the line. Ooh, that's always nice. Dealing with good stuff. I always used to tell the secretary when she's ordering. That was always my thing. It was whenever Napa. If anybody knows the Napa saying, it used to be, put it in the description below for Napa. Just say Napa saying and then whatever. But it was always like good, better, and great or something like that. So I always tell her because Napa used to always say, "Give me the good stuff," or they had an advertisement. I have to look it up sometime. Give me the good stuff, Napa. I would tell her like, "Give me the good stuff on this one," because I have a customer. Because they give you like the silent gliders and stuff like that. And I always wanted like the upgraded hinges. I wanted the nylon bearings, with bearings, struts, good struts. Give me struts. Give me two torsion, two springs, not torsion tubes. Rusty says that's where I'm at. Sky says either be cheapest or best. Choose best. Nice. I bet I clean up. I don't know. What's up, Evan? Liftmaster. He says, advertisement I ever saw was for a local roofing company that said, hot shingles in your area looking to get nailed. Ha ha! That's a good one. That's good. That's definitely a good one. I like that one. Tanner. What's up, Tanner? Oh, I thought you were still working. My goodness, you've been working so hard. I had a concrete guy News said it's not concrete, it's your own asphalt. Oh my gosh. What's the Evan guy here? This is not much, Tony. Last job I had last week, customers said their door their door was stopped randomly when I got there. It was working normal. He said I ran it 10 times, nothing. Oh man, that's the worst. That is the worst. I just felt like, I feel like I'm right there with you, Evan, because I went to a customer a couple weeks ago. Same thing, she's telling me to stop random. I think it was the one, I think I published that video, right? It was the one for the LiftMaster, the one I quoted wrong. It was a 32, it was a 2260. See, the 2265 LiftMaster is actually before my time, because that was a 2003 or 2005. I started in May 2006. So, you know, I'm used to 3265. That was my baby. You know what I mean? When I started kind of getting into it, you know, because I don't know what we first started out with. I'm sure I think we started out with LiftMaster. What's up, Tony? Tanner says, what's up, Tony and Dave? Everyone else? Sorry, I was cleaning the van. I'm ready for the week. Has anyone else been slammed last month or so? Like I said, I think it's been slowing down. I'll show you guys here in a second, I think. I'll show you. I don't know if any of the guys watch the channel. The guys that work here, I mean. I told them yet. Oh yeah, lights turn on automatically. But dude, it's even looking better. Look at this shit. Damn, dude. That looks sweet. So if any of the guys watch the channel, thank you guys. It looks great. Got these racks built that weren't here. They got the floor looking great. Looking good. I really need to help them out. I got some lights we can put in here too to help this place out a little bit. Sweet. Oh, at least I said it. I'll let Cap know. I was talking to him, but I haven't got a chance. I keep forgetting to tell him, say, hey man, you guys made the shop look really nice. So it's been a little bit of a lull. It's gonna pick up though, because it always does. All the builders will start kind of getting some of their stuff, want to get wrapped up. So, but man, that stuff is great. That stuff is what really needs to happen. The organization is so great to be organized. It really is. And that's why sometimes you can really just run yourself ragged. And that's what you don't want to do. I always look at, like I said, we want to be firemen. We want to be professional. We want to be ready. I'm right there with Tanner. Almost makes me want to cry. So many nights, so many weekends. I got so many pictures of me in my yard, tearing apart service, enclosed trailers, things like that, you know, especially when we're doing, like, we got fence jobs and, you know, the gates and the vans, stuff like that. Man, it's a lot. Evan got here. Evan says, I'll probably put stickers on the when they get in. Yes, actually, so Evan kind of bounced around on it. Like I said, we got 25 likes. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. You absolutely it's very important to actually put in the stickers. When you do service on a garage door, absolutely. It's so important that you put a sticker. Now, I don't know if we ever got any more stickers around here. Let me just pick up this thing for a second. I don't know if he's running low or what he was doing. Let me take a look here. Oh, shit. Oh, he's got a whole lot of them. We got big stickers. Our stickers are the biggest around. Look at these big monsters. Big monsters, baby. Sitting down here. The aircraft has landed. So these have been about the best. We really haven't made any changes to them. I don't know what they say anymore. We got commercial, residential, same service. Same-day service is always a little gray, right? You should probably charge more. That's almost considered emergency service in my brain, and that's something that you just. But it's nice to have on there. It makes people feel like, ooh, we're gonna get service right away. But right here, you got your service tech. So I always like this. I do feel it's a little bit cramped for writing stuff sometimes, but so maybe the date could be changed on a little bit. You could change the date. What was done. I feel like this is where I run out of real estate is what was done. So like I'll put on there, typically I'll put like more new, I'll put like the and symbol to shorten it. So I'll do new door and GDO, garage door opener, right? New GDO. And then what I typically do is I typically do plus oil. I'm weird. I like to know that the door was oiled down because I've learned over the years, this is just for me anyways, that you can save a lot of headache if you oil a door down. You can even do a kind of a bad install and door with some oil on it will make it actually power through it, not make so much noise. Just because of those little simple things, right? That could cause a callback. A callback cost you money. Nobody wants no clacks. But yes, get yourself some stickers. Like I said, I did big ones because peeling off the competition. So now, if they don't come off easy, just take good boy. Look how big it is. Oh, darn, your size of my hand. Just pow! Put it in there. It covers them up if you want to. You got options. I like it's bold. I like it's there. They work pretty good. We got a certain sheen on them so we could write on them because we had another kind that was too glossy. So if you get yourself a good printing place around town, typically a local, little hook can do stuff. Put stickers on front. Ooh, it's not a bad idea. So Kevin's put stickers on front of manuals too. Never thought of that. It's not a bad idea. Maybe even get some small ones or something too. It's not a bad idea. You're right too, because Kevin, I never used to be a big manual saver person, right? I am now. Because if something breaks on something, it could be a vacuum, it could be a leaf blower, it could be a generator. It's nice to have the original manual because typically a breakdown in there, typically. So I keep those now. And you got the model, kind of ish, but you know what I'm saying? Like some people like to write what they paid for them on there. I love when old people do that. I need to do more of it. I'm getting there. They write down the date, how much they paid for it. I used to buy like garden tractors, for just ever. And I love the old boy wrote on there how much he paid for them, the date and everything. And I'm just like, oh, Tony says, what's up, Tanner? Tony selling doors there. He says, but I'm not slammed. Yeah, so like I said, it's kind of weird. It's election year. Election years are always this way. Once you learn the season, I should do an interview with what's his name? Can't think of his name right now. Anyways, he does the garage door, and he was the one who always told me about the seasons. He's like, you know how it goes. There's always seasons in garage doors. And I was like, what does he mean by that? And now I kind of understand when he talks about the seasons. Sky's got Rusty. I have another company that wants me to install their high-end equipment, but won't give me a helper and wants to pay less. Better than a previous owner, but still not enough. Yeah, so yes, Tanner, I have noticed June was slow, July started picking up again, and booked rest of October with doors and service will fill up remaining time. Nice. Is it Feldman? He says, if this is a real strange, say my name. Okay. Well, what's Rusty got? Sky, what state are you in? What are they looking to pay? I believe Sky is in California. Randy, my sister used to work for Wayne Dalton. Ooh, really? That's cool. Building doors. Nice. See, they were always off. After that, yeah. Wayne Dalton's going through a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? A lot of change since the Cove and the vid and the 19. 400 for doors. Doors and motor. Previous owner wanted to pay 45 to 650 probably. Evans guy says this job I mentioned with the door that was stopping randomly was a genie, the pro. See, and it's one of those things like I know Evans at a different a different level. Let's just say probably. This is when I sit here and I hear this. I'm really glad he brought this up. When he sits here and he goes, he went out to a job and then it went up, and my brain just automatically goes to I literally think of that and I go, that's why we don't repair. We just install new. That's it. How old? It's past a year. We throw it out like the Bic lighter, right? Like at the gas station, we all see them at the gas station, right? Don't tell me you see them at the gas station. We all see the Bic lighters, little light. And once it doesn't work, you just chuck it right in a garbage can. You don't even think twice. You don't think about tearing it apart. You don't think about rebuilding it. You don't think about saving it. You don't think about keeping it for an antique. Nope, it goes in the garbage can. And next time you're at the gas station, you just pick up one, maybe two even. But that's how I think of these openers. I just keep looking at them and I just go, nope, nope. I just look at too small of a ticket item. There's too many quirks to them, and you just tell a customer, say, well, what's going on? Can you send me some pictures? You know how old it is? Oh, I don't know. We've been here 10, 15 years, and it's never been changed out. Okay. This is how we're going to work this. Unfortunately, we don't repair. We only replace. And it's going to be 5. We got different options for you. It's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 1.2 million, whatever. You know what I mean? And we can send somebody out. We can look at it, but more we're going to replace it if that's something you want to do. I don't know if that's such a bad gig, because I look at it and I go, these things just have way too many ghosts. And especially for maybe this resonates with some of you guys that are just maybe chucking a truck. But like I said, when I've talked to Cap and I hear in the stories, they went back 1, 2, 3 times. And I'm sitting there going, you can't do that. You can't go back 2 or 3 times. Like, you can't do that. There's no money made. Like, it's too much time consuming. You have big commercial jobs that are better off paying than to go screw around. And the problem is they call tech support. Support walks through with them. And it even happened to Cap, right? Cap said, he felt like, he goes, I had a feeling it was probably a circuit board, but they're telling me it's that, Tony knows which one it is, the motor run traveler something, And it wasn't. So he went with his gut. Now the customer's down, whatever, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. And the problem is, at least for our area, maybe some of your guys there, all they have is a lift master and everything's under 5 years. We don't. We have Genie, we have Extreme, we have Pro, we have Wayne Dalton, we have Platinum drives, we have iDrives. Don't care what you have. Unfortunately, we just replace them. That's it. So we warranty it for a year. God bless you. We'll take care of you. We'll even swap out the head unit on it if we have to, with year warranty, because you went through us. And yes, we do charge a little more than the box stores. Blah 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 blah. But after that, I don't know. That's the way I'm feeling. Rusty says, I don't have any employees. My brother and I own it. He says, do all the work. But if I had a skilled guy, I'd gladly pay for a door opener and still make good money for doing nothing. Nice. I'm going to come work for Rusty here pretty soon. I don't know. What's rent over there? What's rent cost over there, Rusty? What are places going for? Maybe I'll just live in a motorhome. You got water? I got to live in a boat. I don't want to pay no damn taxes. The previous owner used to buy all rear part off my truck. Ooh, that's kind of cool. How much is labor on a door? A door and motor. I don't know if Peter's asking me or asking one of the guys in the chat. Tanner Dave, how do you fit a 30-foot door in that shop? We don't do that big of stuff. That's a good one. I like that, Tanner. There you go. Cheers for that one. That's a good one. I think the shop is only, how long is the shop? Shop might be at 20 to 30 some feet just in the length overall. End to end, baby. End to end. They go outside. They go on the big single wide trailer we used to have. What was that, 55? That's 55 foot something. Rusty says, Peter, are you talking about what employee would make, or asking how much charge the customer? Peter says, charge customer. Rusty's got Peter. The real answer depends on what it costs you to run your business, which I agree. Everybody's in a different demographic. You can't go off that. I mean, you can kind of shop around a little bit. I've talked about that in previous video about burner phone player competition, just to get a kind of a gauge. Because I understand when I started out, I was clueless, right? I think our competition was like 75, 85. So I started out at 65 was my service calls, like when we started out. You know, it all depends on how you kind of want to go. You know, you can kind of go on the cheap and you can do volume, right? And you got to do a lot of volume. You got to be really efficient. You could bump up your prices and not do so much volume, right? But you know, depending on your demographic, it all depends. You might not get the customers because you're going to get people that are going, don't call this guy. He's like double the price of everybody, and you know, his work crap. You know what I mean? So there's all this weird caveat to this stuff, you know. Evan says, I've got stickers and business cards coming from Vistaprint. Ooh, I've used them before. They seem to work pretty good. And honestly, my business cards look better. At least has a picture of the garage door on it. Nice. And like I said, you know, I remember when I was making the clipboards that are next to me here, you know, I remember I was trying to make everything. And the guy said, you know, Dave, just remember, he says, you know, they got 1.4 version, 2.0. They got, you know, Windows 10. He says they're always coming out with different versions. He says we just need to start with something, figure it out, what you like, what you don't like. And he was absolutely right. These weren't my original bulletproof stickers that I designed from the get-go. We always just tweak as we went. You know what I mean? You know what? We're going to take off that secondary number for another location. You're going to take off 24-hour emergency service. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna make the stickers bigger. Now when I see my competition putting on there, they add actually information. I thought that was great because that informed me what my competition even did. I don't even care if my competition looks at mine. At least we know, because when you go through business, sometimes you change software and systems don't carry over. There's nothing worse than when you go to, I've had it happen many a times, your job, right? And the customer's like, I can't believe these springs broke. You know, they're only got to be like 3 or 5 years old. And I'm one of those people. I'm guilty of it too. I was just talking about a roof on a rental the other day about something. I was talking a well pump on another one, you know, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, it's only got to be, you know, like it can't be more than 10 years old. Try this stuff as 17, 18 years old. But that's what happens, right? If you don't have the receipts, you don't check in your files or look at checks written out or something. But if you got that sticker on that door, you can walk up and you can just kind of lean against it and go, customer, this door is 12 years old. You know what I mean? That's the spring. What are you doing with this? Oh, well, my daughter uses it. We take our garbage out. My husband that runs a lawn care business. Yeah, it's due. That's why, you know, wow, I didn't realize it was that old. So these can be lifesavers, having that information out there for technicians, for myself. I love them because I can see who was there, installed them. You know, like I'm like, that guy didn't do such good work, or he did good work, or it's nice having intel. But like I said, don't be afraid. Like I said, you just start with something and make little adjustments as you go, and you'll do it just fine. Peter 700 install, charge 120 to install my own operator. Tony says customers operator I charge 185 to 200. 185 200. That's nice. Let's see here. Evans guy says I just wish I knew about the new customer discount. From Vista. Oh, well, they gave you would have gave you a little better deal. Darn. Got UPS store stamp. He says in colored. It's called sticky labels is what I've had for 20 years. Nice, and they look better than most professional labels. Heck yeah. I used to go into you got the UPS store. I remember I used to go to Staples a lot and get a lot of business stuff done. That was always a big thing, you know. Documents, had to get stuff laminated, had to get business cards, I think. And that's why it's so much easier now for a lot of these guys out here that are starting out and stuff. You can do it right from your bed, you know, your bed and your phone. You know, you can do a lot of from there, or your own computer, you know, so many things. And hey, we got 20 likes. Thank you guys for the likes. The 19 stamp is putting in some use of work. That 19 year. Let's see here. What's Tanner? He says, my dad rebuilds and repaints garden tractors. We did a few older white garden. Ooh. Last year. And a few John Deere. It's a good time. Hey, guy from Canadian, he says, come by. Is it a real dual John Deere? Nice. You know, there might be something. I'm kind of glad Rusty brung that, or I'm sorry, Tanner brung that up, because you know we got to remember. You know, it wasn't too long ago. It wasn't too long ago, right? Remember how hot the economy was? Remember how things were? I mean, you just post something, right? You had a truck, you would like 2, 5, whatever, thousands of dollars more, and they just sold. There was a point a few years back, you know, now I could not find, I was looking hardcore for an enclosed trailer. And if I found one in 10 minutes, it sold. Sold. And I'm just like, what? It's $1,000 to $3,000 to $5,000 higher than what it should be in price. And somebody bought the damn thing. You know, and now it might be, it's coming back kind of the other way. So some of the contractors, some of the hobbyist farmers, just some of the farmers in general, you know, because people pass away and all that kind of stuff too, you know, might be the time to start picking up some equipment, you know, and you can always start doing flips and stuff like that too. You know, I still can't believe how many openers, garage door openers like crazy on Marketplace, that people still want like 120, 150, 175. And I'm like, I mean, I know it's not that, it's like some are kind of questionable and some are like, I'm like, I know it's a LiftMaster, but I'm like, it's got mechanical gear, you know, travel limits and stuff. But I'm like, it's kind of hard for me to, it still works good. And I'm like, it probably will outlast, but it's like for the average person, I go, how do I look at that? If I was a normal person, I go, but I can go to the store and buy one for like $200, brand new, you know, maybe with a warranty where I'm going to buy it from you that you say it's good. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird to me. These guys says, Peter, I calculate materials first. Door and operator cost me 12 times 2 equals 24. I calculate man hours, 8. He says hours by 20 or 288 equals 2304. Now I add in materials, part 1. Nice. That's track materials from total cost 100 divide 8. He says to get the 4 per, my target is 405 per hour. Heck yeah. Oh, thanks for putting that in there, Rusty. Says I always divide my profit by man hours. Make sure I hit my goal of the 405. Evan's got, I might not have had the right model number off the top of my head, but it was in a brand new multiplex neighborhood. Interesting. What's up, Freeze? Glad you're able to make it to the party. Tony says, I'm with you, Dave. I'm coming to work for Rusty. Let's do it. Rusty, can you afford us? I know I can take the pay, man. I'm good. I'm good. Me and what should we call it, Tony? We need to get we need to do like the one in was it like the Christmas Story, right? No, National Lampoon. Right? We need that. The shitter's full. We need the camper, right? We need the RV. We need a double RV. We'll come down there. We'll crash at Rusty's place. He can put us to work. We can be stinking up the neighborhood. Tony says, hello, Eric. Tony says, pick Dave up. He says, we got 7 doors tomorrow. oh, man, I don't know if I'm going to make it. Oh, my shoulder's just, oh, gosh. 7. Those wood doors. Take Tony first. You know, I mean, take Tony first. He can do the tear out first. Wood doors, man, are heavy, especially they got those nuts on them. They're hard to get the struts and break them apart if you want to try to scrap them at all or just take them right to the landfill. You know, Rusty, I should ask, what are you going to do with the wood doors? Are you going to do an Uncle Dave way and just burn them in the backyard? Or you just take them to the landfill? You got the dumpster there you can use? You just get a dumpster? Do you just haul them? How do you get rid of them? We'll be looking for you. Oh man. Oh, Peter, what's got Peter got here? He says that's for the breakdown, Rusty's. That is helpful. Awesome. Tony's got laughing. Eric's got, let's see, me and another door guy were talking about obscure as ops. It says we bought. He brought up Coleman. Does anyone remember Coleman ops? Man, it's weird because I think when I think of Coleman, I remember I had a snowmobile when I was a kid. So when they, like the lanterns, right? It has a dark green case. Ooh, man, that'd be a really cool one. I'd love to see that. And a tube rail. I can't find shit about them online. Ooh, interesting. What's up, fans? Says I'm back. Tanner says I would come, but I can't bring myself to install Clopay. Ooh, burn, man. Damn, Tanner, why you gotta be so mean? He says they're done. He says that never a good time. He says always something missing or damaged. Says for guys a few years, for about 10 plus years, and dropped them 2 years ago for a Midland. Yeah, I don't think we have that many problems with Clopay, with being damaged and stuff like that. I know we have some problems with the track being a little goofy and stuff like that, the guys say. But I tell they're not as bad as Amar. Amar was always the worst. Screen, I don't know. Stuart Scott says screen printing is gay. I don't know. Please mod is my B mod is my birthday. Oh, birthday. Well, happy birthday. Years and dropped them 2 years ago. That's right, Tanner read that one. Tanner, he says, is there a video of the tractor rebuild? Oh yeah. I love Fixie says videos. Heck yeah. There you go. Sky should do you ever Sky, somebody you might want to be check out just out there too is he doesn't always do it. I like he just does a small farm. He's a real honest guy. He's got some good but it's Pete. It's from Just a Few Acres Farm. I believe he's over in the New York area, on the outskirts, in the rural area. Got a small, I think he's maybe got like 40 acres that he uses, and he's got cattle and stuff. But he does a lot of what is it, the farmall. He does a lot of farmall stuff, and he uses them too. So that's really cool. I like watching old equipment being used. It's kind of like I haven't watched the one guy. I have nothing against him, the millennial farmer. Can't think of his name right now. But I think he's a good dude and stuff. But I really like watching the old equipment. The new modern stuff it's pretty soon it's just gonna be a camera in the booth, just watch the machine run itself. You know what I mean? Where the old stuff, I love the ones of them and stuff like that. CC, what's up? Motion 1980. What's up, fam? He says, how you been? We're doing good. Glad you're here. Rusty Tanner, were you a Clopay dealer or bought through someone else? Tony says, I heard Midland, really good door. Never seen one. Tell you what, the Midland, at least for the residential, I don't think I've ever done a commercial Midland. I like Midland. Midland's really nice. Hardware's good. It's great. Hey, we're up to 29. We're almost at 30 likes. Got at least hit 30 before the end of the night. If we get more, that's always good too. But nice. Scotty said I love Midland, but I've heard some BS about them. Man, I don't know. I've a little bit on Midland. They've just been rock stars. Their hardware's great. It's like one of those companies, like, I don't know what it is with door companies. There's like certain door companies that feel like they just throw stuff into a box, or they just kind of like threw it together, right? And then there's like the companies that feel like somebody like went out in the field, like engineer, and like was like that I can see you're struggling. Why are you struggling? We need to fix something on the line to make that. And that's how Midland felt to me. Like Midland always felt like it was, where like Amar was so scratched and dented. And then I heard through the guy, one of my foremans one time, he goes, "Oh, we used to use them at another company," and he would always say like, they'd always push for you to get, what I mean, give the customer a discount. Don't tell them, say, how about we give you a discount and we'll maybe they'll give you a little money or something like that, whatever. But I was just like, man, I don't want to be the guy. And how am I supposed to put that on employees? I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, in business, man, business is not, it's difficult, but it's not that hard when you kind of running it with family. You're doing it yourself, right? Because you're in charge. You know everything you've touched. But once you start bringing employees to the mix, damn, man, that's where it gets to be. That's a totally different challenge, because you know how to get out of a wet paper bag. You don't even know how to get out of a paper bag. But when you got employees, sometimes they can struggle. And sometimes it's not even their fault. Sometimes it's the product. And that's where it gets to be. That's why, like, I always wanted package deals. I want them to have one outside keypad and light bulbs. Everything a growing boy, girl could ever need. You know what I mean? The angle. I looked at it like, to me, I went, every opener that would go out of this shop automatically comes with one stick angle. That's included. It comes with the light bulbs that's needed, one or two. Comes with two remotes, outside keypad. Whatever that cost is, we have to cover, right? But that's put in there with some profit, and there it goes. I don't even care, because the customer's paying for it. I don't care if the technician starts stealing the angle. I don't care if they scrap it. I don't care if they give it to the customer. The customer wants to use it for their garden. I don't care. That's just the deal. That way they're covered, because there's going to be jobs that they use all the angle, and they should have some extra from another job. There's some that they're going to have too much angle. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when the employees come in, and like I said, but when you got product that they're calling you, hey man, this thing's dead and she's not happy, and you're like, not a problem. I'll come out there. I'll take a look at it. I'll take pictures. Can you send pictures? Can we do this? Is it one panel? Is it two panels? Good product, right? That's why I get really irritated, is because when you don't have good product, you don't have openers even right now that you can trust, that have been around for how many years now? How many years have these openers been around? How many years have cars been around? Sorry, I'm getting a little fired up. Makes me mad, man. This is America. Come on. And the problem is, that really ticks me off, is they don't give you an option. They don't treat you like an adult. Say, hey, Dave, you're at the car dealership. You can buy the one that's a hunk of shit that's $5,000 cheaper, or buy the $5,000 more car that's probably going to last another 5 or 10 or 15 years longer. What would you like? And I go, oh, you're treating like big boy Dave? I'm an adult. I have a choice. Well, I'd rather cry once than cry again or twice. So I'm just going to buy the nice one right now. You know what I mean? And this has been good quality. It's been engineered. They've been solid. They've been around. No, we can't even get that. Instead, we get, this is the new redesign. I don't give a shit about your redesign stuff. I need something that's going to be invincible, that's going to work, that's going to be proven, that I can walk away from my customer and say, hey, I like you, but I don't want to see you again for another probably 10 or 15 or 20 years. It's going to work good for you. Have a good day. We don't live there. We got EPA keeps tangling with everything, and whatever they call them, the bean counters. I don't know what the problem is. There's something going on. Tanner's guy wish does his spare time. He says he does a case international bishop. Help him when we try and the unique rare ones. Nice. Tanner's got Rusty was a clopay dealer, and we can get them from our lumberyard. It's Holmes, okay, but same here in Northwest Iowa. He says companies look down and cheaper. Wayne Dalton and Clay pretty hard. The old Wayne Dalton. Tanner says, I like Clopay for the most part, but just kind of cheaper build door compared to the North Central, Haas, and Midlands. I'm used to. Skies, guy. I appreciate everyone's sharing. Oh, good one, Sky. Same here. Same here. Skies, Rusty has already hired me. Oh, all right. So me and Tony are gonna come. We're gonna come pay a visit to Sky. We gotta show him the muscle. Take him down. Hey, Jesus loves you. Jesus loves you too. It's just started raining like crazy here in Ohio. I don't know if you're like us, Eric, but like for us, we need the rain, man. We've been pretty dry for the last probably, I don't know, a month or two now. Just been really dry lately. It's like, we might be getting there. October normally it seems more rainier. It has been, but we need it. So we got some today too. We got our last blast. Yeah, I think we got our last blast for the night. Man, I used to have 32 foot. Is it Damon? He says, Daybreak RV. Oh man, way too nice. We need something like the Clampets. Like we need something rough. Rusty says, I've never heard anyone refer to Clopay as cheaper. Yeah, I mean, I think Clopay around this area is kind of one of the higher ends for us, I think. But we don't have, not saying we couldn't, but we don't have the Midland. We don't have those other options really, like Tanner. So, we got AMR that's really bottom right. We got Wayne Dalton that's kind of your next tier up. Clopay is normally, I'd say, more towards the higher end. Who else? We Safeway. They do all right for certain things, and they normally can do okay. Some stuff too. It's all hit and miss. The one secretary does an amazing job. So thank you, Miss B, for doing such an amazing job. She does a great job. She will actually call and price check. Like she'll check like 3 of them or something. And it's weird how the prices will change. I mean, we're not even talking like $20-$50. We're talking a couple, $100 bill at least. I don't think maybe up to 1,000. You know what I mean? But everything, sometimes it's 100, 600, $800. So she'll price it out, find out, especially for like certain doors. And then sometimes some of them to give like a better deal for multiple doors. So it's just nice. You gotta do what you gotta do. That's right. Jesus loves you. Wood doors equal firewood. The only problem is wood doors, man, they are like, I've had wood burners and all that good stuff. Like I couldn't imagine. Well, it's like you said, firewood. You gotta, I've done my fair share outside, burning them, but man, they make a mess. They're right up there with tires almost. Not as quite as bad as tires, but the brackets, the nuts and bolts. I mean, basically now you got to take whatever is for ash. You got to scrape it up, let it really, really cool for a very long time, right? You got to throw it in a garbage can or a dumpster or something like that. Definitely a lot better. My two things, either we got a bigger garbage can now, so we can either cut them in half, or they go just take them to the landfill because it's not that far away. Just take them down there and just get rid of them. Pay the $34, whatever it is. Just unload those things and be done with them. Normally we charge the customer too. The customer gets, I think, a $30 or $40 bill for wood doors disposal. Now, Josh, I haven't heard from Josh. So if Josh comes through here at some point, Josh has got to say, I need to tell him. But if he doesn't, if I don't get to him, text me. But Josh, I love that he brought the idea. He goes, I charge. And I mean, he was just like so bland about it. He's like, I charge for it. He goes, it's their property. He says, so I charge to dispose of their property. How he worded it even better than what I'm saying. But he just said, it's their property. They've had it for 10, 15, 20 years, whatever. So if they want me to dispose, that's an extra charge. And I thought, man, I love how you're saying this. Like, I just, like, otherwise I can set it alongside, because I don't know what the hell you want to do with it. Like, I don't know if you sell it. I don't know if you want to give it to your kid. I don't know if you want to make like a skateboard ramp or something out of it. Like, but if you want me to haul it away, It's going to be extra money. And he does that across everything, right? He even does it with metal doors and stuff, pan doors, everything. And I thought that is interesting. That's not a bad idea because, if you're like me, we've done, it's sometimes 2 to 3 garage doors a day, right? And you know how it is once you get to the second one, and then when you get to the third one, especially running like a van, even a truck, it don't matter. I mean, stuff is just packed in there. It's tighter than hell. There's, you're climbing over everything. Where I thought, man, wouldn't it be a lot nicer? That customer didn't want to pay the extra 30, 60 bucks, 100 bucks, whatever you charge. They go, no, I got somebody that'll take it. They'll scrap it. But in my mind, I always thinking like, especially like metal doors, it's like, you tear out a metal door. It's mine. Mine. That's scrap metal. We gotta take this. We gotta get rid of this. Like we dispose of this. I loved how he was like, no, if you want me to dispose of your door, like I'm charging you. Where for us, we would just include it into the price, for a metal door for our install. And I thought, yeah, well, I mean, who the hell wants to drive around and then falls out, hits somebody's windshield behind you or something? You got the mess. You got to clean it up at the end of the day. I mean, that's all time, baby. That all takes time, energy, and money. So I loved how he put that. Tana says, Tony, I did really like Midland. Carried them for about 8 years, but they started having problems with quality control and their black doors bubbling or delaminating. Then I got North Central. Must have been in there somewhere. Smaller door brand, but they're built to the moon and have not had any problems, mainly accidents in the 4 years. Take care of it, no questions asked. That's a good company. That's the whole thing right there, like Tanner's explaining. That's one of those things, like you hold on to them with everything because service, man. Service. That's what you want. You know what I mean? You ain't got time to screw around with somebody. What, can you send us pictures? Did you possibly damage it? Are you sure you guys aren't hauling them funny? And you're just like, look, no. You know what I mean? We've been doing this. We don't have a lot of, so that's great. I'm glad to hear that they just take care of you. That's what you want. Skies guys doors go for 80 bucks each. He says people are building sheds and fences with them. Interesting. Now I just really liked it. Sky says, hi, this is my first employee. That's what Rusty says. No, I honestly didn't really think about that. That you are basically hauling somebody else's, like, when Josh mentioned to me about their garbage, I was just, what? And he's like, yeah. He goes, I mean, if I'm hauling something, it's technically theirs. Like, they're paying me extra. They're going to know that they're going to pay me extra for hauling their product. And I thought that's not a bad thing to do. That's a good way to give them an option. It's a good way for you to make a few extra bucks. It's a good thing that, because you really, like, to me, that was always my product, right? We tear out the door. We take care of our mess, our debris, all that kind of stuff. We install a new one. But, who's to say, obviously, you take care of your cardboard box and all your wrappings and stuff like that. But there's stuff that's been there, right? All the metal. Maybe you're nice. Like for me, I typically always try to get like 5-gallon buckets because we're always painting and stuff like that, doing the rentals and stuff. So I just keep those. I got junky, whatever. I just throw all their stuff in that. They can keep the 5-gallon bucket. Or if you get box, you don't want to let them keep your 5-gallon bucket, dump it all in there when you're done. You can wrap it up nice, put duct tape or something around it. Leave it all there in a box, all the hardware, just in case they get the bright idea, right? They're at work and their coworkers like, man, I really need a garage door. My aunt's got a hunting trailer or something, whatever, shed up north. And she's like, really? Well, the guy's at my house tearing it out right now. And you can have it if you want to come get it. And she's like, really? They're all excited, right? Well, here's all the nuts and bolts. Here's all the rollers. Here's everything. You know what I'm saying? Because it's probably like they're going to get it anyways. It's going to sit for 10, 20 years and never get installed anyways. But you rather just make sure as much as there for them going, hey, where's the rollers? And you're like, oh my gosh. No questions. Freeze. John Deere 316 is a great tractor. Besides the I can't even say onion. What do you want? The Kawasaki? Tanner Smothers, they are built moon. I know, I've been looking for, which one is it? It's the John Deere, it's the older version. Is it the 445? The 445, I think, with a diesel in it. Oh, one of those old school ones. The little garden tractors. Sky says I use tear down wood doors and use them to build garden stuff. I built some boxes, some raised beds one time with them. They worked okay. I should have struts on them. They bowed. I didn't have struts on them. I should have left the old struts on them so they wouldn't bowed out. They started kind of exploding. Tony says 10 to 15 years ago, he says, I unboxed a, was it a clay door? There was footprints on it. Clope, that's what he's trying to say. Yeah, it can be really weird out there. Some of the stuff on that Clope. I had Wayne Dalton before that had a weird glitch to it. The one that I remember was they'd have holes where the strut would go, but the box they were in was completely sealed. I mean, it wasn't like duct tape, or not duct tape, but like clear tape. It was like glued. I'm like, how the hell did a brand new section? I mean, it was just so messed up, man. But I always found that those ones had something wrong with it. There'd be a slight dent somewhere in it, so I started normally could find them. I lost my spot here. Clope. Tony's got Clope. I'm going to see if I can grab. He says just bought North Central, so they are looking to add a bunch of color design near future, but Haas has pretty much any option you would want. So stuck to North Central for most of all my commercial doors. Nice. Oh, Das says something on there. I can't read it. It looks like it's Sky's got to check it. He says, check it out, Dave. Thanks. Tony's got 2 more subs. All right, cool. Awesome for Tony. That's great. Tanner, sorry, don't shoot the messenger. He says, that's just how it is in our neck of the woods. He says, out of 3 bigger door companies, a few Chuck and a truck, he says, companies in our area, only one guy has Clope only. Is it Shaunis? It says morning. We did a 16x7 CHI with windows, an intermediate section. It was, it jumped on me. It was a uninsulated pan door, window sections, steel insulated panel. Maybe that's how CHI does window sections on pan doors. I get the feeling a lot of you guys, I don't think I get too many people that really like the CHI. I never thought that was too bad. A lot of the pan doors I always dealt with. We never were like a dealer of them. We always went to another party to get them, parts and pieces. But, I don't know. They're okay, I guess. It wasn't nothing I wanted to run to and try to get them on board. Tanner says, because all the other door brands are taken, I just installed two 27x12 Clope doors provided by the GC of a house project in town. They were not nearly as nice. Ooh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Tanner was talking, just to give you a little backstory, Tanner was talking about the bottom brackets weren't big enough. He sent me some pictures, and I would agree, they looked off. And that's the stuff that those companies do, where I like Midland would catch that. They would be like, no, you know what I mean? Like, but sometimes Clope is kind of weird like that, like I've had the same problem. I had one I did myself, even with Clope, and the bottom brackets didn't feel right. I had high lift in it. I didn't like it, just had buttons. I wanted pins, especially being a jack shaft opener with the, jolting and stuff. And what if it gets stuck in the track and it gets crooked or something? I want that cable to pop off there somehow. Because I've seen them pop off once, where the door went crooked, but luckily the other cable was hanging on for dear life and all that kind of stuff. But, I just don't want no problems. Rusty says around here it is Clope, Wayne Dalton, Raga, and CHA and Aymar. Huh. I wouldn't think so, Eric. He says Tanner's got have provided, and they send residential looks single style button brackets, double. Okay, probably what I was just talking about. I call them told that was right for the application. So I told the GC I would not held responsible on malfunction on the doors. I get it. I get it. Eric, yeah, the one I did, we never got reimbursed for it. It cost me. And that was what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there was 6 doors. So 6 doors I provided bottom brackets that I ate. You know what I mean? That it wasn't like I didn't have time to call. I was out there hustling. And it was like whatever. I think I told the secretary. I don't know if she ever got them to ship out thing or whatnot. It says, give me a V-belt chain drive with AC motor. That sounds like not a stupid kid's toy. I agree. Eric, he said, I just tore out a power lift made by Fimble and saved it. Ooh, Rusty, if you get a chance, send me a picture of it. Good save. That's right. CC says, hey, like he always says, but there's going to be problems if I see you on this block again. That's what I tell my customers. That's funny. Hey, we got 31 likes too, so thank you guys for the likes. Tanner, CHI is kind of trash. So is AMAR. We are AMAR dealer also, and only sell them when we have to. Mostly the 3-panel doors. Okay, and Wayne Dalton is a choke door. They do have some nice series. Yeah. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. We are also a Wayne Dalton dealer, and again, only sell them when we have to do the company. He says, I outsold a bunch back in the day. I just keep them on for replacement service parts. Not bad, not bad. Around here, Overhead gets most of the commercial work because they will install low margins, which Overhead does over here too. They make it up on volume. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's like it's almost like how do you say it? It's like you see Overhead, they'll do the low to get in there, but then it's like they'll push hard to try to do this on everything too. If there's more doors there or the doors that they installed, and then unfortunately for us guys, is that now that they're in there, right? It's hard for us to get. If they got RSX opener or they got the overhead, sections get damaged and stuff like that. It gets to be kind of a pain. You got to either go Richard Wilcox, blah blah. It's kind of a pain in the hiney. Around here, overhead gets overhead doors are complete trash. Hate them with a passion. Tony says, Eric says, is cheaper compared to Midland and CHI for budget doors. We do Safeway and Wayne Dalton. Interesting. Tony says, thanks, Tanner. The doors are well-built doors so far, no problems. Yeah, I wonder how they're doing on those. If they're doing pretty good, or if they're doing any advertising, or if they spread it out at all. Anything like that. All their stuff. What's this guy got? Love, he says, I've charged customers to haul away other stuff too. Bed frames, wood, dressers. Interesting. I don't think I've ever really had anybody ask. You know what I mean? And the problem is for us, like I said, that'd be really, especially with employees. If I was basically one-man band, heck yeah, you want to do something? $20. You know what I mean? Problem is, like for us, we don't have a lot, especially when you're in the vans and stuff. You get packed out pretty fast. It's not like you're throwing on a ladder rack and all that good stuff. You got more room to kind of deal with. But Tanner says, in 15 years of installing in my area, he says, if it's commercial in North Central, Midland, Raynard, he says, I think Raynard is garbage. He says CHA is okay, but they have more issues that I'd like to deal with. Yeah, the issues, man. And I mean, exactly how Tanner felt. Can you imagine, when you're at that job, right? When you're in the heat of the moment, right? You're there. You got the guys there. You got the power tools there. You got the trucks there. You got the tables out. You got the sawhorses out. And you go to put those damn bottom brackets on, and you're like, what the fuck? You're like, what am I gonna do with this? You know what I mean? And it's like it takes the wind right out of your sails, right? Because I mean that's what you're starting with. I mean, there ain't really much to, so it's like now you're like, now you got guys standing around. What are we going to do? Now you got notified. What are we going to do? Should we do it? Should we not do it? Should we wait? Should we go back? Should we do this? I can't go down to the local Ace Hardware and get these things. You know what I mean? And then to have the vendors say, oh, no, that's correct. Those are fine. And it's like, I don't know if I want to send my kid under there. Do, 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 do. Let's see, Eric. So, does the stuff in dumpster get scrapped? And if so, how much money do you get in scrap? So for us, it's not a lot because obviously they're charging you some dump fees and stuff like that. So you get a little bit. I don't know. It varies obviously by the weight. More or less for me, it was more of a time thing. That's what I noticed. Because I have a little skinny trailer that we used to load up, and then one time I broke the tongue off of it, and then you go there and you get flat tires. It's just one of those things that once you build, once you kind of, how do you say it? I don't know if I'm saying it right. Once you kind of build a big enough business, you start realizing how much everything is time. Like you ain't got time to your one vendor and go pick up openers. You ain't got time for that because that's 45 minutes out of your day at least or more. You know what I mean? You need them to be delivered. So in the morning, you got a stockpile of stuff and you go. You know what I mean? You go. The guy got to be ready. You go. You start realizing a lot of that stuff. That's why sometimes everybody's levels different. Sometimes you gotta, eventually gotta, right? Sometimes it's better to have brand new vehicles, right? Because they're not down, right? You got a warranty, and if they do go down, hopefully it'll be taken care of to some degree. But the new vehicles really suck too. So it's a tough one. Is it Ben Ailey? He says hi, hello. Ooh, from Cali. Hidden Angel, how's it going? I hope you're doing good. Tanner's got at residential, it's North Central Midland, Haas, and CHA for the most part. Oh, Milwaukee fanboy. Is it Milwaukee? I don't know how to say that. Overhead doors, 2 weeks, and they know it all. Overhead doors, 2 weeks, and they know it all. Eric's got people like to take the slate panels and use them for skirts on trailer homes. That's interesting. Years ago, I did a trailer home. I did the vinyl siding. I think I used a soffit or something like that. I found out that was cheaper. So I replaced them for some old lady or whatever many years ago. That's the is it 45? Is that one? Oh, okay. Up to 445 is the gasoline, the Kawasaki. Got to get the certain year, right? That doesn't have the plastic cam in it or that fails. It's got to be the metal. Got a 40, but where'd you at? I forget. Didn't you say where you're at? And you got a 445? How much? Those things are always so much, like $2,000-$3,000. I need the cheap one. I need the deal. Tanner says we get the here to air, and he says the deer blinds on trailers. He says had a guy a few years ago tore out 4 22 by 14 doors. He took the panels, used them for build a horse stable. Like I said, man, there was a guy that used to work here. He showed me it did look bad from the road, but he ended up doing a bunch of wood doors or whatever. I think they're those like sandwich insulated wood doors. And he built his mom a whole shed upstairs. It had a gable style roof with a garage door on the front. And he always bragged to me every time we drove past. He's like, hey, man, he's like, look at that garage. He goes, I built those out all on garage door sections. And I'm like, it don't really look that bad for a shed. I said, from the road anyways. It was getting kind of weathered. But, I guess, I always found out a lot of times when I run into that stuff, when I always try to build something, it's always like, I'm like, it takes more effort and not like I have to think about it versus I'm like, screw this, let's get in sheeting and I'll just make it work like it's supposed to, The old Eric's got the 330. Now the 330 was the one I think because I had the bigger nose on it. Had a bigger nose, it didn't overheat as bad as I heard as the 455. So the 330 I think was the better one, is what I was looking at when I did my research. It was a few months back when I was kind of looking into them heavy. But now we're kind of in the fall, as I'm just like a seasonal person, right? Just like every other consumer out there. I'm like, it's fall. Like, I don't need no tractor anymore. But come spring, when the grass is a foot tall up at the and I got my little what the hell is that piece of junk? It's it's some Murray or something, I think. I don't know. It's only a 38-inch deck. It's a pathetic one-cylinder tractor, but I tell you what, it's a lot better than using a push mower. I'm doing probably 2.5, 3 acres roughly. I think I'm mowing. I think I might be more. It might be more than 5. I don't know, but I'm mowing it with my little 38, and when that grass is super juicy in the spring, and that little single cylinder sitting there just like growling, I'm like, I gotta get me a twin cylinder. I need a 60-inch deck to mow this. At least, well, actually, I think I need a 52 or 54. Is what I really need to fit in the shed I have up there because a 60 won't. Oh, all these modern day problems, right? Well, that's Creative Tanner. Yeah, out of Pandora's, I've experienced CHI is the best. Maybe that's why. I've done a lot of CHI. Seems like I've done tear outs and stuff and replacement sections, and they didn't seem bad. I don't remember a lot of sandwich stores, at least in this area. Eric says, Tony says, try the Invicta, the Invicta door. Oh, Tanner says, honestly, didn't look bad, Eric. He says, if you think about as a panel, he says, wall insulated, easy stack. He says, weatherproof, even cut the side panels. Oh, was it monos on? It says, and did panels for the roof. And then doubled it with, what is it? Steel. Okay, rib steel. So when a leak was kind of neat, really. Yeah, it was kind of like the guy that did the shed for his mom. Like I said, it was just it works. You know what I mean? Reused products. I mean, if you're kind of it doesn't go in the landfill. You're not burning them in the backyard like me. All the toxins in there. Tanner's got. I think. Sorry, guys. I think I get those. He says, roof, double. Yeah, Tanner's got, he says those van 4x4 components aren't cheap. Hell no, they're not. Nope, they're not. I had a similar issue with Safeway. What's up? 1980 started putting the still. Okay, so in 1998, they started putting the steel cam in them. Okay. I gotta remember that. 1980, because I know there's a gray area, and I never could. Didn't seem like nobody really pinned down. Eric Scott, I really like the motors. He says, I'd like to get some, but I can't afford it. He says, I still enjoy my Ryobi. They haven't failed me yet. That's all that matters, man. You do what you gotta do. You just make them work. Evan says, Eric goes, it's Christmas soon. There you go. That's right. Dun. What's up? We got Rich B in the house. Man, I'm so glad that Rich told me about those Menards doors, about spraying some lube in there. Everyone so far doesn't make the squeaky noise. I don't know if it's the lube. Is it the lube? Or is it just something changed? It's got to be. Eric Freeze, he says, my favorite riding mower is a 38-inch Quality Farm and Fleet. Ooh. It's just a Craftsman rebranded. Oh, okay. I've had it 5+ years, and it's on the 3rd engine now. Wow. Has a 42X from a Craftsman. So which one was it? I think it was a Craftsman or a Sears. Gosh, I can't remember which one I had. Boy, that thing was a tank. I bought it actually for the shop here. I bought it for my brother-in-law. A weird motor in it. Like it looked like kind of like an aircraft motor. I don't know how to explain it, but it was a weird 2-cylinder. And this shop, when I bought this shop, this place was a jungle, man. I mean, it had out in the ditch, there was probably, I don't know if they were under this size, trees growing out in that ditch. And I bought that lawnmower, and I mowed the hell out of this place with that thing. And I was just over trees, limbs about whatever size. and chopping that thing, waiting for that thing to explode. It sat out back for a long time. The were getting so rotted. I'm sure I could have found some. I finally sold it. I kind of regret selling it. It just had a soft spot in my heart. I should have took it up north. But it got to be where I talked to a guy that was a small engine guy, and he said that there were certain things that sounded like that if it needed this, like almost like good luck finding it, blah blah blah. And I was going through that era where I was really busy, and I just thought, you know what, I need something more reliable. So I sold it. Now I wish I would have kept it. Just a beast of a tractor, man. But anyways, my brother-in-law sold it. And he told me every time you shut it off, it's got this really weird clatter noise to it. It did. I mean, you shut it off and be like, but it never got worse. It never got better. And it just ran. It always had that weird belt up front, weird how it would be on the front pulley and it goes down underneath on those pulleys. But what a beast, man. What a beast. But it did really good around here. And then now we have a lawn guy, so he does a great job. He does lawn and plows. Production ended on 4x5 tractors. Huh. You have to explain to me what I don't think I really know what I never heard them called 4x5 tractors. Was that like 4 wide, 5 like never heard anybody ever call about them in 2000 and 2001. Tanner said, I've not decided yet if I need to outfit 2 trucks with tool platform in the near future, but I've always ran DeWalt. DeWalt, they have what we need. Milwaukee is nice, but yes, price is more only because they have more tool options for specific jobs. Really need those options. So he says I really probably just stick to the DeWalt. Always done me good. Yeah, I think like I said, the only thing that really always helped me out, and Tanner might be running into this eventually here, it sounds like, or he's into it now, and I don't know what he's doing to combat it, or I would spend so much damn time. I bought an engraver. I was engraving batteries. I mean, I'd be sitting here or the desk next door. I'd be sitting there engraving batteries. I remember I was putting markers. So I'd engrave it, take a permanent marker, and I'd write into it, right? So one thing I found that's really convenient for somebody that maybe just don't know, it's really nice when you get batteries for power tools. And power tools even too, you can do it, right? Put a date on them when you purchase them. It's just nice to know how old they are, how long, you know, kind of what you got out of them, right? Oh God, this battery's only 2 years old and it's already junk. It's not charging. It's whatever. It's dead. It's always problematic. Okay, well, I might normally get, you know, the next one dies and that one's 2 years. Wow, I'm only getting 2 years out of these things. I must just, you know, it's just nice to have that kind of stuff. Now, the big thing I ran, we were running all DeWalt's. Everything had 18 volt. We were big 18 volt DeWalt guys. Everything. Well, then I started spray painting. I was spray painting the tools, you know, trying to speed up the production and make it more noticeable. Because what would happen, even my business partner at the time would do this, right? We'd get one new impact, right? And we'd be using the drills or whatever. And maybe he's building a door. Maybe we're both tearing it out at the same time. Or I set my damn power tool down. I go to turn around and I'm like, where'd my power tool go? Oh, I got it, you know? And it's like, dude, don't touch my stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I'm wasting time looking for my power tool, right? So finally, what I figured out was really, really, really the best, which I know is not the best across the board. Some guys don't like it, this and that. But maybe it's where you do a tool allowance too, right? You say, look, you can buy the tools. I'm going to give you whatever, $100 or whatever it is a month. And you can buy your own tools, or you can bring your own tools, which you kind of almost should. But, you know, because otherwise this is how we're going to roll. Because I just couldn't stand, there was so many incidents that my truck would be sitting here at the shop. Hey, uncle, I'd be doing stuff or something like that. And he'd be like, hey man, we needed a sawzall. We just yanked it off your truck. Like, you did what? Now, he has no devious intentions or anything, but the problem is that I'm in here, the wheels are turning. I already got 2 more service calls I got to do starting at 5 o'clock at night. And I still got to go to maybe the car wash at midnight. And all I'm sitting there thinking is if for some golly reason you forget to put that power tool back in my truck and I drive 2 hours over to a car wash area and I have a Sawzall, you know how bad that is? I mean, it's horrible. So my tools are always my sacred, like, you don't mess with tools. You know what I mean? Because Big Daddy is working 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 o'clock in the morning while you're sleeping. You know what I'm saying? So Big Daddy needs, like my stuff is always charged. Right now I got all my stuff it's always charged. I'm always on top of it. It's always charged as we go. That's just ingrained in me. You know what I mean? I still even have a problem with this. I still wolf my food down, right? Because I'm so used to have to be in a go. One, I was like that in a factory. For two, I was when I worked here, sometimes you didn't get lunch. You know what I mean? And, when you're working with guys, you try to provide them lunch. You try to take a break, which you should. As I've gotten older, it's kind of like now I'm like, yeah, let's take a break. You know what I mean? Let's smell out this for a minute, because sometimes you can be so entrenched. And I'll be honest with you, if anybody ever gets to that point, you're doing it to yourself. I'm telling you, I've been there, and it's not a good feeling. I think it's a contractor trap, is what I call it. It really is. You can make a vortex, and you're like in this like tornado, man, and it's not a good feeling. And you might have to slow down. You might have to charge more. You have to stay closer home. That's a big one. That was a big one. That's when I screwed up bad. Da, 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 da. What did I miss? What did I miss? Done good for me. I probably has the Kohler flat twin. I think that was what was in it. I don't remember seeing that really on there. Remember I had a big chrome air filter on it. Pretty slick, pop it off. Nice machine. It was a good one. What's Tony guy says? Rich B had a no. You were here. That's right. I didn't send him to Batman. Thanks, Tanner. Did I miss something? I'm sorry if I missed something. Christmas. Did maybe pool together, start Eric Milwaukee Tool Fund. That's nice of you. Green Acres, 42, 38 something. Production ended. The dawn and just the waltz. So we got things, Tanner, but I still like my right OB. Rich B. More tools, options, jobs. He says I don't really need those options, so I probably just stick with the DeWalt's. Probably has a Kohler flathead. There we go. I think I'm back. We got Pro. Is it Buzzard? It says my coworkers laugh at my OB. He says, but in 8 years, he says I've been in my company. He says never had a batter disappear. Ooh, that's a good point. He says unlike the DeWalt's and Milwaukee's do on various jobs. See, that's a good one. That's a good one. I think my uncle always used Porter Cable. Is it Porter Cable? I think it's Porter Cable or something like that. And I tell you what, I was the guy that's always, I got the DeWalt, I got the Milwaukee, and then I'd go to a job and I'd be like, I need a drill. I'd be helping him or something on something, we do it on a remodel or something. And he's like, it's just back in my truck. I go out there, I find his little, Porter Cable, whatever it is, the gray ones. And I'm like, ugh, I don't know about this. And I put the battery in and stuff and I go, well, sure is a hell of a lot better than using your teeth. And to be honest, I use them. They had power. They worked. They did the job. They put the screws in. I was thinking, hell, I don't know. He buys them because they're cheaper. You can get them from the box store. And I go, they work. I mean, it's way better than having a corded drill. Rich B's got the Toro horse. Those are a good brand too. Got the old round tools that are blue and yellow. Really, blue and yellow. Okay. So the 4x4 was the 425, 445, and the 455. Ah. So what did they call the ones? Like, is the 330 is that different model? They call that like a, maybe it's a little longer, so it's a 4x6. No, like a three, is a 330, right? That was the diesel one that was older yet than the 455, I thought. Huh. Tanner says, yeah, the company I bought, yeah, he said the company I bought our trucks came with Makita. Hey, that's what we had here. We had the Makita. Somebody got the Makita sitting here. The Makita. Makita, and I used a tool the other day and felt like a Fisher Price toy compared to my DeWalt. Yeah, there's some quirks. It's like kind of like which ones is it? The which one's the other one out there? Rigid. That's it. Rigid. I'm not a big fan of the rigid. They kind of work. I started doing like that. At first, I was doing their whole warranty thing. Like they give you lifetime warranty, and they did honor it a couple of times. But then they just got so old with the receipts, and I keep up with them. 425 had the 20 horse Kawasaki. Oh, I didn't know that. The 44. Okay, so the 445 had a 22 fuel injected. Damn, you're full of all kinds of information. Well, thanks for sharing that. Didn't really know that. Huh. Interesting. Evans guys, I'm assuming if I start doing door installs, if I take longer than a pro, the customer won't be bothered as long as I do it correctly, right? That's right. Do a good job. Take your time. Don't feel pressure. The customer can do that. Start with something. Do like a 8x7 or something, like a 9x7. That can save you a little bit more. I think it's Evan that must have sent me. It must be sending me a picture of his tools. Thanks for sending. Or it's Eric. I think it's Eric. Sorry, probably not Evan. But like I said, just take your time. Take your time. Just that's why some of my testing, the beta testing I've been kind of doing, sometimes I'm going to these customers, I don't charge. And I take the videos and stuff like that, but I don't charge. And it's such a weird, almost and I've never been used to that, right? It's such a relief because when you go to a paying customer, it's like you're trying to get it done as fast as you can. You're trying to be professional. You're trying to do all these things. And it's nice because you're so if you need the practice, they're gonna know they got all the deals. So if you're only charging them $50, $100, whatever you feel like, yeah, dude, 200, 500, whatever that number is, and it's way better, it's way under market price or whatever. They're getting a hell of a deal. They understand the circumstance. Like I said, don't be afraid. Just tell them, say, look, I'm learning. You know what I mean? Or tell them, say, look, I'm willing to do this. Do it on a weekend. Do it after hours. Like I said, it's one of those brain things, right? Like I said, there's people that go to college that get $10,000 in debt, $50,000 in debt, hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, and come out of there with no guarantee of a job, and they're working somewhere that's not even their profession, right? And to get there. And you need to think of it that same way, where it's like out there, I'd be upfront if you're nervous and you don't want that pressure. Tell a customer. I'd tell them. I say, look, I'm learning. I'm really passionate about it. Tell them this. Tell them, say, I get donations, and you'd be surprised. People will come. They'll give you a gift card, give you food cards. Some people will give you cash. Some people will. They'll just do all kinds of things. They'll do some will blow you out of the water. They'll probably give you something like, whoa, you don't need to do that. That's too much. You know what I mean? Our world is lacking enthusiastic men and women. People that are willing to problem solve, willing to do their best, that are passionate about something. We don't have that. How many times we go to dealerships and all that kind of stuff nowadays, and nobody gives a crap? Yeah, look at the car when I get a chance. We think it's going to need a tune-up. We can't tell you what's wrong with it. We want to do everything. We want to drop the tank. We want to do this. And then they perform the service. You know what I mean? And there was a couple spark plugs they changed out. You know what I mean? So people, in certain realms, not everybody, but most, will enjoy that. Like I said, I need power washing done. You know what I mean? Stuff, and if I find somebody and it's a young kid or something, he's starting out and he's willing to learn, he's trying, you know, have at it, Captain. Go kill it. You know what I mean? Go make some dollar bills. And I know that. I've been there. You know what I mean? So, but like I said, if you don't want pressure on you, just tell them, say, look, you know, I'll do it for free. I'll do it for donations. Just something to think about. Do 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 do. That's good. Do 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 do. Injection. 445 or 455 had the diesel engine. Yes, the diesel. I don't know if I quite need the diesel. Diesels are a little funny sometimes. They're a good run, I guess. Those ones were. I just thought it'd be more of a nostalgic feel. So that's a good one. Tony's got Tanner's. Shouldn't matter, Evan, if you charge by the job and compare it to other companies in your area. Rich B says always date the batteries and the tools. Yeah, I didn't do that. I didn't do that right from the get-go. And I really wish, because after you get a couple, 2-3 years, you start buying batteries because and we always try to carry 4 batteries. That's what it was. Those 4 batteries on the truck. That's the normal rotation. I figured for the guys and the power tools, because we always had 2 impacts. What was it? 2 impacts, a drill, a nailer, right? A trim nailer. I always try to make sure they had a hammer drill. One of them was at least a universal, so they might have 2 drills. Sawzall and a skill saw. I think it was really about it. It used to come with that goofy light. That was always part of the kit. I let that in case they were somewhere, and I don't, especially if you get into a storage unit, that was always a big one. You're changing out springs on a storage door and you got no light. At least they had it. They're been scratched up and beat up pretty good, but they had a light. But as you're buying them, it's nice, because it's nothing worse than you're like, is this battery really bad? And if if it's like 3 or 4 years old or whatever, you're like, yeah, this thing's toast, man. But when you look at it and you're like, it won't charge. You're like, is it really bad? I don't know. And you try to do whatever to resurrect it. Eric says, I never liked DeWalt. They great tools, but I prefer Milwaukee and Makita. And that's like I said, some people like blondes, some like brunettes, some like black, some like the redheads. It really whatever fit. You know what I mean? I'm not of I'm the me, guys. You know me. Care less. I don't care. I don't care about vehicles. Whatever ones are least amount in the shop. That's the biggest thing. The ones that are on the road making me money. That's the ones I like. You know what I mean? And it's just like the power tools. I could care less. I just look at it. Whatever gives you the least amount of problems. Whatever keeps you out in the field and keeps you working and indestructible. It works good for you. That's the key. You like the price. You're all happy with it. I'll take Ryobi over a screwdriver all day long. You know what I mean? As long as I got to do. Oh man! Hey, we got 33 likes. Thank you guys for likes. Tony even put out there. Don't forget to hit the like button. Well, thanks, Tony. I just chill over you. Sorry about that. Just hit the batteries for different trucks with paint marker or spray paint. Don't get crazy, he says, but just a little mark here or there works. So, Tanner's right. That's what I did too, right? But I tell you what, it was never enough. The damn paint, the way we work with our tools, it would never stay on enough. They'd all get rubbed off, especially the batteries and stuff. I'd try to spray instance. But then the problem was that we started getting to a color where I had blue, I had red, I had black or something, I don't know. So then one of them turned into pink. And I tell you what, that pink color, whatever, did not look good on DeWalt power tools. It looked pretty hideous. I don't know if it would have helped me. I mean, I had to deal with an employee that ransacked a truck, took all the power tools, and I don't know if it would have helped to be able to he's the only one that's got the Makita or that. They didn't really seem to care. He had to bring them back, but I tell you what, for whatever reason, I think what it is. This is what it is. This is what it is. It's coming to me. The gray hairs. The problem was, is that if you as an employee, not employee, sorry, you as a business owner, go out, right? Because as a business owner, you need to have your working, right? We try to make sure our employees get good stuff and all this kind of stuff, but they might be the hand-me-downs. But you, the person that's putting in 8, 10, 12, 24 hours, whatever it is, you need your stuff to be primo, right? Like you ain't got time to screw around. I need my stuff at, 10 o'clock at night to work. So the problem was, is I still would buy batteries, right? And you forget to spray paint them or something, right? They come in through the UPS or whatever. Those damn things will do the Houdini on you because they go, they grab your power tool. They might do it intentionally. They might not do it intentionally at all. They walk off with it, right? Especially when like we do big jobs, Tanner does big jobs too. Yeah, when you got a crew of guys there and you got 4 guys and you got tables set up and power tools, they're in scissor lifts and they're going everywhere. But when you can look at, like, you all know I could probably do this. And I go, look, guys, this is DeWalt. No, this is DeWalt. You go, the hell it is, Dave. It ain't DeWalt. I could tell all day that's not DeWalt. Because you know the designs, the color, it's all built in here. Power tools, I know what's on your truck. A truck actually out there right now that drives that has a Makita, and he sure ain't gonna need my batteries, and he sure as hell better not have a DeWalt on there, because if he does, DeWalt's cap. But this is all he has. So he has his own batteries. He has, they only clip in a certain way and they only work a certain way, right? These won't work interchange with probably Rigid or Milwaukee so everything. That's why I did the tools. Did I like doing it? No. I didn't, because I'd rather them all. I mean, I think we'd probably go across the board probably with DeWalt, but it just took out the headache that they're not taking there's no reason for you to have a tool on your van. It's very easy to identify, but spray paint, I thought that would work. I had to take it up to another level. I really did, because I would buy something and I'd go to a job, be like, what the hell? Why do I got, I think my color I was blue. And I'd be like, "Why? How did I get one with red on it? Like, what the, it's an honest mistake. The paint gets scuffed up and everything." So that's just something to think about. Because I know I struggled with it. I had a hell of a time with it. And honestly, I look at it now and I probably just, like, maybe some guys that come in, I'd say, I don't know. I might just go, here's a certain amount of money. Go buy the power tools they want. But like I said, they can still switch it up. They can have fights over it, blah, blah, blah. Don't forget. Evan's got, Tanner did call a company 2 hours away. He says my rate for install was pretty comparable, but if I want to grow, I should probably start doing door installs too. Absolutely. Evan should. Just remember, like I said, the biggest, I feel like the biggest death sentence is doing stuff far away. Just remember that. Don't just, because I really need to get something in my belt, so I'll go an hour and 15 or hour and 30 or 2 hours away, one way. Don't do that. You know what I mean? That's where that stuff can be problematic, because all it takes is, like I said, you're dealing with human interaction. Like you're putting up a chain link fence that they're probably not going to walk down every day and nitpick it, or it's not quite working right, or it's not opening right, or it got a power surge, or it got whatever. You're dealing with human interaction. So that thing malfunctions, they're going to call you, and now you're going to go back out there, and you're going to have the cojones, to charge them. Maybe it was your fault. You know what I mean? That sometimes happens. It's happened to me. Obviously I didn't tighten up the JR. The JR came, one bolt falls out, and it does a little flippy-loo, Eric's got he says, own tools. Actually, we all use our own tools. A lot of places do. You know what I mean? That takes out a lot of, like, they just kind of give you a little slushy fund. They say, look, you can go buy, this will help buy some batteries. The place in Arizona, they had to furnish their own. It's really a good thing, because I've had a guy, I remember one guy, he was a little shady maybe, and he lost like two saws all week. And I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, are you stealing them or taking them home? Or are you, can't go out today. Ain't got a sawzall, comparable to my price. I mean, opener installs was comparable to my price. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, he says you need to sell, install, and service to grow, but the customer should, no matter how long it takes, your price is by the job. That's true. Doesn't matter. That's right. So if it takes you 2 or 6 hours, that's right. It is what it is, man. Going so good. You know what I mean? Tony says that's true. You know what I mean? Especially like I said, if you're giving them a fixed price, you tell them, say, look, I'll install your opener. It's whatever. I'm gonna charge you $200 on top of whatever they bought it for, 150, $100, whatever you do. That's just depends on what you want. It takes time to learn, so you will get more efficient over time. Yep, and inadvertently make more money and get better every day. It's just don't cut corners. It says, man, do your, must have jumped here, best every job, or what, say work like God is watching your work. Will speak for itself. True. I can tell you how many contracts I got just off my quality installs, even if I'm more expensive. Yeah, that's one thing we always have to remember, right? I feel like I was thinking about this the other day. I was having to talk with my girls about it, and I said, you have to remember, you know, Tanner can get the same product I can, Rusty can, Tony can, Peter, Kevin, Eric, Evan, everybody. Y'all can get the same product, right? We all call up Service Spring, or we all go to the grocery store buy plastic forks. It's the service makes a difference, right? The installs. How do you approach problems? How do you take care of the customer? How do you respond to the phone calls? How do you it's service? That's all we're doing. We're doing service, right? My product ain't better than nobody else's, right? I have the same kind of problems. It's just how do we do a good, efficient job? How do we become more efficient, do a good install so we don't have callbacks, take care of the customer, right? That's all we are. We're problem solvers. We're service based. That's what it is. Something to think about. Evan says, I want to start doing door installs, but my only helper when I need an extra pair of hands is my father right now. And it jumped on me. And idea makes him need extra hands this right now. And the idea makes him nervous. I understand that. I got somebody like that. What I mean, door installs, but my only helper when I need an extra pair of hands, and that makes him nervous. Like I said, and like I said, Evan, if you can, I'd leave that funnel open. And like I said, you just need to filter out the customers, right? Like because if you get like an 8x7, 9x7 doors, those are easy. You know what I mean? But I understand you get 16s and stuff like that, especially when you're kind of green. Stacking them, especially when they're sandwich doors. We got windows. That can be nerve wracking a little bit. But it's like if you get something set up maybe after hours or on the weekend or something like that, don't be ever afraid to reach out to me. And if you give me a heads up, you say, hey man, this coming weekend, I'm going to do something. Are you going to be around? And I can say, yeah, I'm not doing nothing. I'm free or whatever. You could always, somebody, you can either FaceTime me, you can call me, you can text me some pictures or something. If you run into a little bit of a hiccup, it's really not that bad. You just got to get your hands on it. It really is. It's like you can take a driver's test all day long, the written form, but until you get out in the real world and see the knuckleheads and see people running through red lights, that's what it's like. You got to get out there and touch it. The more you touch it and feel it and play with it, and every time you get burned, you're going, well, screw that. I ain't doing that again. You know what I mean? You just learn. You really do. And like I said, if you're, like I said, go into it with, write up a little ad or something. Say you're just doing it for donations. You want to learn. You're doing this or this and that. I'm passionate. I want to experience, if anybody's interested or got something, maybe somebody's got a shed or something. They say, hey, I'd like to come take a look. Or is this something you're interested? Get some pictures. Say, sure, blah, 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 Master job. Rich Breeze. Who remembers when Makita first came along? Excuse me. With the 9.6. Is it stick batteries? Shoot, I don't know. I don't remember that. I don't remember that. I remember when we first got into it, I was like I said, the '06. That was kind of like the big thing. I remember using the drills, regular drills. And then they came out with an impact, and it was always like me and my business joking, I don't know who'd ever use that. That's a silly, stupid looking thing, right? And then we grabbed one time, it was like, hey, try this out, and it was like, this is amazing, right? Because the drill always want to smack you in the face when you're putting screws, in your door or whatever, or working on the track. So that was interesting. That was always interesting. Amazing how things have changed. And like I said, stuff is changing so much faster now. It's getting so much kind of in a nutshell better to a degree for making people's jobs easier and technology. But then it's like the product's kind of been going downhill. Some of the stuff, openers more or less. I don't know too much on the Black and Decker side. That's true. Who remembers? I do, Rich. Dad was big on the Makita. I always remember my uncle loved the Makita. They were corded. He was always a big Makita. Makita always cut straight. It's got the aluminum, blah, blah. He'd always say something about the Makita. He always loved his power saws with the Makita. Eric says, still got those. They went to the scrapyard. Went out there the other day. I was looking for something. I forget what. I think I was looking for a broken spring. And the whole scrap was gone. It was all gone. I couldn't believe it. The Challengers are gone. So, okay. So 330 was old model. Production of the J series. The JD series. Started from early 90s and ended. Okay. Good information. There's I sent you a picture of I seen it come through. I'll check it out when I get off. Before then we used Black and Decker. Dang. That the batteries would only last for about 2 hours. Is it Luala? I can't ever say. Sorry about your saying. Mr. L. We're called Mr. L. He says, have a good night, y'all. He says, I'm out of here. Thanks for the information, too. Thank you for the tractor stuff. That was some great information. I appreciate it. One day I'll get myself a John Deere. A couple, I guess. Bigger ones. I had a 420. Then I had a 440. The bigger models. I think they were roughly like 1958s. Somewhere right in there. Evan, just find a buddy or cousin, someone that can get after. This is my dad, my brother helped me. He says my wife, helped hold, run opener wires back in the day. Yep, I've used my wife. They said you got a girl or something even too. They, like anything you can do, just do it after hours or on the weekend. Vocational school is the place. What did I got here? Then you just get out there and doing it. And we have Dave and his channel and all us guys that have 100+ years of experience. Yeah, that's true. Even 200 with Papa Tony. Oh man, that's right. Yep, exactly. That's very true. That I must say I'm very I'm very thankful for you guys. I can't tell you how much it means to me that we got this group. We got a great group too, and it's great that stories and the experience. And I've learned a lot from you guys. That's for sure, and that's what I hope we keep doing. You know what I mean? Like I said, that's what we're here for. I think myself included, some of the stuff we want want to teach the next generation. We want these guys to, be willing to go out there, just try, try. And if you got questions, you know, come back at night when you're laying in bed, email, text me guys too, and say, hey, I ran into a problem. Is there something I could do better? Is there some way to better, tool product? Because somebody's been through it. Somebody's been through it. You know what I mean? Like we've been through a lot. Can figure it out. Stay straight. The smell of diesel in the morning. Eric's the diesel. You're too funny, Tanner. What's this? What's this? Evan says finally live with a normal person. Oh, nice. Well, we try. Like I said, you can throw your hat in. Holy cow, you guys, a few in there. We'll give it a little bit. Like probably gonna go. I know everybody's got to work and stuff, so probably maybe 12:30 or something. We'll jump off or whatever. Would you rather know the difference between is it babies and is it muffins, or forgot the second everything you take step forward? I don't know if that's a real question or not. And muffin or forget the last. Tanner's got. I remember the last time I filled a truck with gas. He says, he says I own gas trucks. He says, but I drive. Thank God. He says I don't fill them. He says I would probably fill them with diesel. Funny. So Dave is 12 batteries and man too many. Oh my gosh, jeez, dude, that's a lot. You must be providing them for a small army there, Tanner. I mean, I think I always ran. The normal guys would always get like their trucks was like 4. I think I ran 6 batteries typically is what I had on my truck. I don't think I ever got over 8, something like that. But a lot of them at nighttime, get home, go through the batteries, start charging them, getting everything ready for the next day, or you have to get power on the job site because eating up batteries, doing so much. Eric's guy, he says another 4 reasons I use old ass rabbit tools is I don't want people stealing my tools. No one wants old rabbit tools. Another guy I work with uses Master Force tools from Menards. Ooh, that's even getting down there. Evan's got Dave. I'm working a medium, a C of 50 plus. Anywhere is about 10 to 15 minutes away. Nice. That should work. Hello, it says Mr. Hello, man. Nipple and country support me, guys. Okay. Evan, where are you located? Ooh, that's a good one. Okay. In Canada. Gotcha. The Canada. What you sent me, Rich? I see Rich something. Tanner, he says, Eric, he says, I started with Master Force because I could get the rebates. Ooh, the rebates. That's right. And they had a 40 battery charger. They were honestly not bad. Anytime a tool broke, just no box, no receipt, and change it out. That was nice. Heck yeah. Miss those days. I do have to say DeWalt works way better. Yeah, DeWalt's they're pretty nice. He says, oh, you're way up north. Yes, he is, man. He's already probably got snowflakes up there. Tony says, do you have Messenger? Yeah, I'm on Facebook. Nice. Perfect. Da-da-da-da. This message is held. Tanner's got somebody. He put somebody in jail. Tony, look me up on Facebook. He says, hey, help you message me anytime. Do video chat or something. Heck yeah. Daniel says, too bad you can't hear me anymore. Oh, man. Nice one, Tanner. I wasn't sure what the hell he was talking about. Well, it's getting that time, guys. You know how it is. It's like there's nothing good after midnight, right? He says, I'm trying not to take personally. He was annoying me, so love it. I love it. Tony, is your Facebook profile picture a purple tee? It's gotta be. It's gotta be. Uh, Community is awesome. No drama. He says it's just awesome. That's funny. Eric says Evan, I says I can't find you on Facebook. Look me up, Tony Miller. I gotta get more on the Facebook. Like I said, you guys can always try to hit me up. I think it's just the Daveadubson. Like I said, I'll try my best. I should do more stuff on Facebook. I don't know what I don't even know what to do with it, honestly. I just go there for marketplace. That's really about it. Evan, I can't or can you look up Tony's garage door service? Evan, are you Evan? He says, are you real? Ooh, yes, I'm real. I don't know those AIs, man. They're getting pretty good now. Tony says, like your page, the company Facebook, I think. He says, I'm just pulling your leg, guys. It's really, if you really have, Tanner's full of them tonight, man. I love it. My profile pictures of Red Mustang. Says, yeah, this is yeah, the Big Bird's 8 batteries. Oh my gosh, yeah, I never thought about that. Hell yeah, you're probably right in the sweet spot then. You probably need like 8 or 12 batteries. I forgot, man. You got a hell of a lot more hardware you're going across with than I ever dealt with. So that makes sense. So we're on 2, the 60 volt. This is my brute winder. He said, oh my gosh, brute winder eats stuff up. DeWalt battery box, double, has a fast charger. I wonder, Tanner, do you carry a radio? What is 5 amps that fits the new DeWalt batteries? Carry a radio when you're at those job sites? I just wondered. No snow yet. Oh man, I don't want no snow. We all got to video chat. You're talking foreign language to me already. Right, Tony? That's what I'm thinking. He says, yeah, Tanner's on fire. Dave, could I come to Muskegon and work with you? He says, or Cap, one day, he says, and ask questions and learn. Peter, I forget where you're at. I keep thinking if I get it's crossed my mind, right? I'm always dealing with the property. I like dealing with the rentals. And I'm thinking I should get one that's close. That way somebody could house in it. And then maybe what I can do is I can capture them. They're good, right? We reach them. They can be in training, and then we'll catch them. And we'll say, "You're not leaving. You're not leaving. You're too good. You're too good." I'm not saying it's no. It's just sometimes people don't understand. Like I'm not really, like I said, I'm not always in the business. You know what I mean? Like I kind of drift in, I drift out. I kind of say hi. I go do some stuff here if Cap directs me and stuff, and then he's doing what I used to do. So he's like he's like this, like this salt. How do you? Kind of what he's been doing, he does a great job. When you got somebody that's trustworthy, it's a great worker. I mean, it's life changing. Tanner says, I personally don't have Facebook, never have, but my wife made my dog a Facebook a few years ago. So I searched Marketplace for trailers and whatnot. It's very addicting. Tanner's right, man. I tell you what, I got a little bit of the addiction bug. I'm going to find a way to wean off that damn thing because it's, like I said, you can get sucked into YouTube University, and Marketplace can really just, hours can be gone. I use a radio sometimes, but I usually have earbuds in, so I can use them to hear podcasts, answer phone calls. Yeah, Josh uses Those things work pretty darn good. Um, oh yeah, Rosebush, Michigan. Nice. Yeah, like I said, I don't. Peter, you've hit me up before in the email and all that kind of stuff, you know, and it's always something too. Honestly, if you get a job, if you're even doing something small, 9x7 or 16x7, I'm more willing to, I come over there and show you what's up. Like I said, that way it's a little more personal, like you got a little meat, you got a little skin in the game. You know what I mean? And that when it fails, I just that's your problem. No, I'm just kidding. Like I said, we can figure. Like I said, if it's something you really want, like I said, I can. Like I said, we get something lined up. We can always do something. Like I said, But if you get something too, don't be afraid. Say, hey, I got something in 2 weeks, or I got a customer's order a door, or something like that. I don't know if you've done any. Honestly, I don't know. I don't remember, Peter, if we talked on that. How many you've done or anything at all. So you got to get me up to speed. I need a little speed. Eric says I got the little radio. Eric's got the little radio that goes on the Ryobi battery. Dang, it's super handy. Need music to work. Nice. Love it. Nothing better than yeah, I know, Tony. Stop, man. You're already making me. I feel like I got the scratch, right? I feel like I got to get on it right now and see what's out there, right? There's some good deal. It's waiting for me. I was banned from Marketplace. He says, it was probably a good thing. Anyway, it's like, I wish they'd shut me down. Tony said, you want to come to my brother's wedding reception? He says it will be about 50 minutes from Dave. He says next year. Hey, Tanner, I think I was texting you. I don't know if you ever got back to me or not. I forgot. I was going to ask you what city it was in. If you get the chance, throw it in here. I was just curious. I was just like, what city? I wonder where it's at. If it's north or, well, you said, was it east? So what, like Grand Rapids, probably? Maybe? Do. Says, hell yeah, says, I'd love to meet you. I don't know. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I meet Tanner. I've seen some of Tanner's work. I might put him in handcuffs and nobody will ever know where he went. He'll just be, I'll be nice, at least get him like a diesel van or something. He's just not going back. He's going to have to stay permanently and install. Find you here. He says, based out of, since 20, I think I'm still trying to find you based out of Texas. Nope, that's not it. Not Texas, Indiana. Are going to do a cookout? There you go, Tanner. Heck yeah. No, but all Tony's exes are from there. What's the country song, isn't there? What's that one song? Isn't it Brooks singing a song or something like that? From Texas or something? Oh my gosh. Give me, well, I don't know what that is. Like I said, they start. George Strait. There you go. There, Tanner says, how are you doing? He says, on Killing Tony's comedy show. Oh man, not sure. He says, I'll be drunk. First on the radio is amazing. Oh, I've gotten a last over a month. Oh, nice. Oh, amazing. Got a month. Point sounds Ryobi. Nice. The bush light. Tanner he'll be Tony says, too funny, guys. I did move to Texas for a while, and my ex did say that his ex lives in Texas, so he lives in Tennessee. There you go. That's a good one. I like that. All right, you all got to work. We all got to go chase a dollar and pay the tax man. So I think I'm signing off. I'm gonna go get some sleep. Thank you guys. Got 34 likes. That was amazing. So I'm glad. I'm glad we did it. And just remember, if you guys come across anything, whatever, shoot me a text. Shoot me an email to daveadubson@gmail.com. You guys are always more welcome. I love the questions. all that good stuff. And yeah, Peter, let me know. Like I said, shoot me an email, get up to speed a little bit too, and we'll see what we can do. Like I said, love to help you out for sure. You know what I mean? Anybody needs anything, just let me know. I'll see what I do. You know, I'm a blue collared man. You know, just like you. You know, so I do what I can. You know, but sometimes I gotta eat too a little bit. You know, not much because I'm kind of fat, but yeah. So that's right. This is night, Uncle Dave. That's right. Was it night, guys? He says I'll be here. He says night, guys. He says I'll be here all night. Oh my gosh, Tanner, are you still working? Tanner, inside, you know, laying in bed with that wifey. My business one circle. He says Tony's garage door service LLC personal has red Mustang look. And like too, if you're looking for it, you can always shoot me an email and I'll get you hooked up somehow too with Tony if you're running into troubles or whatever. If you really want to, and then also don't forget, check out Tony's channel. He gets up to 50, man. He's getting closer. He gets up to 50 subscribers and he can do a live, and then I can finally retire and I can take a break and then I can harass him, give him all kinds of crap. It'll be great. So don't forget. And then, like I said, if you guys have to, just email me. We'll make something happen. I'm in contact with whoever, as long as we get their blessing. So, all right, I'm out. We'll see you. Thanks, Tony. Have a good night.